What's going on, guys? Creator and Ron here. Well, Ron just came back and got his jacket. What's up, guys? Another This Week in Wrestling. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. You know, we're always just catching up and stuff. This is another episode of This Week in Wrestling, episode 26. I forgot what episode count this was. Talk about everything that happened in the world of wrestling. You know, the usual Raw, Smackdown, NXT, 205 Live, or anything else that comes to mind. Before we start, as always, how you been, Ron? What you been up to?
Bullshit. It's been the past 24 hours or so. It's been a little here and there and stuff. Important. Well, I won't say it's important, but I had death in the family. My great aunt passed away and everything. She was up there in age, so it wasn't like a big shock. But the fact is that, as I told my father, who was grieving the most, the fact that him taking care of her add a couple of extra months to her and stuff like that. So it's been I won't say above 24 hours, but just a little bit of a thing. Remembrance, grievance, stuff like that. All in all, we as they say, the show must go on, and that's what we're doing and everything. So there's that. And then I had a little bit of as I told you, had a little bit of a thing with my friend who kind of pissed me off earlier. I wasn't actually supposed to be on tonight, because one, I was supposed to go clean out the house that she was staying in, and then we ended up getting that done early, and then two, I was supposed to go see it tonight, and then let's just say I got left for something. So it was just like, okay, that was a kind of a big fuck you. So that's why. And then, as we know, I sent him the message, pretty much saying, "Hey, I'm going to be on tonight." So I'm here.
Besides, first of all, I do send my thoughts and prayers out to your family on your loss. I do apologize for that.
Thank you.
And again, for something like that, obviously, it's not mandatory for you to be on here, man. You could have took the day and
listen. I know it's not mandatory for me to be on here, but I do enjoy being on here. Okay, because this is something that I used to do video game talking with my with Council Junkies. We haven't really done any type of podcasting because we couldn't really find a right schedule because everybody has lives, everybody has things to do, so we couldn't really find the right schedule like we used to and stuff like that. So I kind of missed the aspect of podcasting and stuff like that. So this is just a reminiscence. The difference between this and I do with Concert Junkies is it's just me, you, versus trying to talk over 8 other motherfuckers.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of people it does.
Because we had a team and there was 8 of us, 8, 9, or 10 of us, and it's just like, trying to get a point across is hard. But other than that, like I said, I enjoy doing this, So days I can do it, you'll see me. Days I have something else to do, I'll let you know ahead of time, or try to let you know ahead of time.
Yeah, of course, no problem. And I do appreciate you even being on here after what we've been doing. This 26 episodes now, so quarter way to 100, and still doing it. So hopefully we'll see how far we can actually go.
Yeah.
And but hold on. I'm trying because there wasn't personally, unless you know some news that I thought like that was newsworthy. There's only one thing I want to bring up before we actually start talking about like the actual shows. But before I do, you think anything like newsworthy that happened in the world of wrestling that you want to talk about?
Well, I guess first and foremost, if you want to bring up anything, we could talk about the fact of the majority of wrestlers, believe it or not, I won't say the whole majority, but some of the wrestlers, especially in WWE, live in Florida because some of them are NXT superstars and they still train at the Performance Center. or some of them just decide to actually live in Florida just to stay in there because even though WWE's headquarters is in Stamford, Connecticut, their training center and everything, the performance center is in Florida and South and South Hall University and whatnot, or in that general area.
Yeah.
Most of the wrestlers that I've seen or follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter, stuff like that, some of them have already evacuated Florida. Someone like I want to say like Baron Corbin was one of them because he actually lives in the house that the Big Show lives in.
Yeah.
I used to live in. I remember him talking about that on the Jericho podcast. And there's a mouse in my room. Awesome. Most of the so like I said, most of them have residents down there and everything. Then there are some who decided to stay in Florida to brace this hurricane that's coming up. This is Hurricane Irma. Some of them decided to stay in Florida just because. So with that in mind, I would say, for those, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not watching, but I'm still going to get my thoughts out. Please be careful. If you're going to do this, you're a brave person. Please be careful. Please make sure that you try to keep in touch with us and stuff like that. Because it's going to be these next couple of days is going to be rough. It's already started down there. It's going to move its way up in Florida and stuff like that. Please be careful.
Yep. And I hope everybody's fine. I mean, it was so bad as you saw they had to cancel. Obviously, all the events that was in Florida.
Yeah, every little. But then again, at the same time, for most of the NXT's traveling anyway. Like for instance, they were in Canada because tonight was Bobby Roode's officially last NXT show that he's scheduled for. So, but even then, I don't even believe that because a couple months ago it was Ty Dillinger's last NXT show, and yet Ty Dillinger is back doing some NXT shows.
I think they brought him back solely because they were just in Canada. It was like, why not? They're both in Canada.
True, that's true, but it's kind of hard to say.
I do get your point though.
Like, don't say this is the last time, and then that's when hey, we're back.
So the same thing with Baron Corbin last year. He went up to the main roster, but he was still doing shows even after he went up to the main roster. So it was like,
yeah,
even shows that he weren't even advertised for, they just brought him in just because.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nia Jax, actually. Remember recently, like last year, Nia Jax was in that takeover show in Japan for for whatever reason.
Also, speaking of Nia Jax, I want to congratulate her. I don't know if you saw the article, but she's in doing the Fashion Week in New York. And she actually.
Oh, that's what she's posting on Instagram? I was trying to understand.
Yeah, you saw her. She's like kind of you see her. She's like all dressed up and everything.
Yeah,
she was actually a plus size model. At Fashion Week in New York. My sister is actually up there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's and the funny thing is, because she actually goes to school in Florida, and we in my University of Miami, I think that's what she goes to. But we, was worried about her, like, hey, what are you doing? Are you gonna come home, or are you going what are you gonna do? And she was like, oh well, I'm actually going to New York, because she stays in New York with my Uncle Donnie. Well, my uncle has an apartment up there that if I was to go to New York, and he doesn't live in this apartment, but he just rents it out. But like if I was to stay in New York for a weekend, or if he or my sister stays up there for the summer, we have the key. We just walk right in and go for it. So what we didn't know is the fact that she already planned to leave Miami for the weekend or whatever and go to Fashion Week New York. And she is an aspiring model and stuff. So yeah, she already planned to go up there and just be like, yeah, I'm
definitely. Well, first of all, I'm glad she actually left Miami, Florida at the moment.
Yeah, that too. But I'm just like, oh, we already had planned. We were sitting here worried about you. Like, all right, this planned already.
Oh, well, hey,
before the talk of a hurricane.
Well, yeah, as long as everybody's fine. I hope everybody's fine. Everybody who's in Florida, I know they're like all developmental people are in Florida, and they pretty much live there because of the Performance Center. So I hope
Yeah, but like I
everybody
said,
there, just
but
everybody.
there are some there are some that I saw. Most of them are like they compete in the the women's tournament.
Classic, yep.
Yeah, and some of them
Which,
are.
on a side note, since it's not really part of the weekly show, how far have you gotten into it? I'm only on episode 4, just because I never had. I'm trying to. I've been trying. I know the finals are what, Tuesday. I'm literally gonna try. Monday.
I'm on episode nothing because I have not been watching it. Not saying that I'm not interested in it. I'm never. Well, number one, I don't have a WWE network.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. Number two, the stream that I would watch it on is very sporadic about when they're going to air it because they air other things.
I got you.
On said stream, there are too many trolls that I don't need to be sitting there. I have to deal with them Monday and Tuesday. I don't need to deal with them on a couple of day basis just to watch women's wrestling. So
no, and that's completely understandable.
Yeah, so by what I have been doing, I have been keeping up on it as far as like on Twitter and stuff like that. So I know some of the things that's going on. But yeah, other than that, when the finals come on, I'll find a different way to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I already know who's in the final. I've been knew who's in the final. Sadly, one fucking reporter on my wrestling news site reported it without putting up spoilers. So I already knew who was in the finals to begin with. So now I'm just watching basically how did they get to this point. But yeah, now I mean I'm not gonna say the people's names, but yeah, I already know who's in the final, so it should be interesting. 2 vastly different fighting styles too. So we will see. But I feel like the main issue is the reason why I'm having a hard time watching it. Because and again, I don't know why he did this in the first place. The Cruiserweight Classic. They aired it every week. That was perfectly fine for me. They aired it right after NXT. So as soon as NXT was done, boom.
Well, I feel like the reason why they did this is because they're trying to, I won't say compete, but they're trying to
be like Netflix.
Do what Netflix does, from where you can binge watch it. But at the same time, what if you do binge watch it? Then that's for you're sitting here like, oh, then now what? No,
and that's my point. And I don't think they realize as WWE fans, we're so used to watching like 2 shows every week. So now you're expecting us to watch all of this at once. Like we're like, again, as a wrestling fan, every Monday, I know for 3 hours I'll be watching Raw. That's every Monday. I make time. Somehow I will make time for that to watch Monday Night Raw. Same thing for SmackDown. Same thing for NXT. And then when the Cruiserweight Classic was airing, since I knew it was every week after NXT, okay, I'm going to watch it. The issue with this is that since it's already on demand, all 8 episodes are already on demand, I part of me obviously seems like, hey, you can watch anytime you want. Not really. It kind of shows when you have the free time. I mean, if you think you have the free time to watch something, no, you don't. It's like you're doing other stuff.
Exactly.
Right. But it's like, it's so hard. I'm only on episode 3.
Because it's like here's the thing. I have yet to start the Defenders. I'm going to start it. I have Netflix. I had some Netflix issues and stuff, but now as everything's situated, I'm going to start the Defenders and stuff. But I'm trying not to binge watch on watching the Defenders. I actually want to take my time because, like, for instance, the one show I did binge watch, and it took me 2 days to finish, was Stranger Things. Okay, and
my mom was actually watching that.
Yeah, it's a good show, and the thing is that part of me is sitting here like, I'm going to savor this. I'm going to it's only 8 episodes. I'll watch 2 episodes, and then I'll do something else. But every end of the episode, what the fuck happens, and then I'm like, oh, well then, do I really want to wait? Fine, fuck it, I'll watch this next episode. I end up watching Stranger Things in 2 days. In 2 days. And the only reason why it took me 2 days was because had to go to work the next day, and it got to like to a point where like, okay, I need to go to bed. But then when I came home, the first thing I did was watch the episode, and then I started watching it more, and I'm just like, every single thing was a what the fuck point when I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to have to keep watching it. And it got to a point when I finished, and I'm just like,
now what?
Yeah, now what? with
You see?
with this thing here now with this, it's like you watch all these episodes, and now you gotta wait a couple of weeks. This has been out for like what 2 weeks now?
Well, the first 4 episodes came out 2 weeks ago, and the last 4 came out on Monday, which means you literally had to wait. If somebody would have watched those 4 episodes on Monday, you would have literally had to wait all the way until this Tuesday just to watch the finals.
Yeah, so people will go ahead and binge on that, and then they're going to keep binging on the other one, and then you gotta wait until what do you say? You said Tuesday, the Tuesday coming up for the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, like
is it Tuesday? I find it hard to believe because there's no way it would be at 10 o'clock. Let me see. There's no way. Maybe I want to be wrong when I say Tuesday. If it's Tuesday, fucking see that doesn't make any sense because 2:05. No, it can't be Tuesday. Bullshit. Son of a bitch, it's Tuesday. What time? That's an issue. You do realize that, right?
Wait, what are you saying?
Smackdown's on Tuesday and 205 Lives come on after Smackdown. So what the? I'm looking at the schedule right now. How are they going to do this? Hold on. When does it air? Because now I'm like legit looking at it right now. This is ridiculous. Sunday, Monday. Okay, Tuesday. What's happening Tuesday? This is ridiculous. What time is it airing? What's today's date?
Today is the 9th. 9990. Well, I'm sorry. I might say 9999. I'm so used to saying 9999 because today is the 18th anniversary that the Dreamcast came out. And the 22nd anniversary of the PlayStation 1. That also came out this September 9th. So I'm sort of used to saying 9999 or 9995.
Interesting. On Monday, they'll have a special. You know, it's not the final episode. They have a special episode recapping it. Mae Young Classic with an exclusive 6-woman tag team match. So there's that. So there's probably a taped match that they just didn't air yet. They're gonna air on that special episode, I guess.
Is that going to be after Raw?
Holy shit! It airs at 10. And 205 Lives air at 10:30. Interesting. So the show, what they're telling me is only going to be a half an hour because it says the Mae Young Classic is at 10 and 205 Live at 10:30.
Okay, so you want to know what I think they're going to do?
Oh my God, it's on Smackdown. They're in Vegas.
Oh wait.
At Vegas at the Smackdown taping.
Oh, hold on. There's one or two things that I think they might do. Okay, so. Is the Mae Young Classic finals, or whatever they're doing right here? Is this supposed to be live?
It is going to be live.
Okay.
It's like how the Christmas Classic was the end.
Okay, so are they doing the whole finals?
It's the final. It's only one match.
There's only one match. Okay, so this is what I think they're going to do. They're probably going to tape 205 Live.
They have to
on before SmackDown comes on.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. No, I can definitely see that happening because they did do that before when they was in the UK.
They also done it here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they did. What was it? Why? Why did he do that?
Because it was the week when they were here. It was the week. It was SmackDown was here. It was the week before WrestleMania.
Yep. Yep.
So they taped. No, it wasn't SmackDown. It was Raw, but they taped some of 205 Live after Raw, and they did some of 205 Live after SmackDown. I mean, they did like before SmackDown, and then they aired it. And the reason why they did it like that was because everyone after Raw and everyone after SmackDown had to head down to where WrestleMania was, so they can because when WrestleMania weekend, everybody has to be down there. And if you're not on the card or you're not, or if you're on the card, you're not. Even if you're injured, like they still want you there. It's like a mandatory thing. So after Raw, you know how usually people will sit there try to take some type of autograph. No, everybody has to leave immediately. Some of them actually leave after their segment, like when they know. It was sorry, I had to sneeze. When they know that okay, my segment is done for the night, I'm heading out. I'm getting the early start. I'm gone. That's what most people do, and whatever. So that's the reason why they taped 205 Live and everything. And then they were like, all right, well, I had nothing else to do. All right, I'm gonna go home, get my stuff. I'm gonna head down to wherever I gotta go for WrestleMania, and I'll meet y'all down there.
Interesting. That is definitely.
So yes, this is not the first time where 205 Live wasn't necessarily live. That's what I think they might do, and I feel like that's what they probably would do.
They're gonna have to. You cannot tell me people are gonna sit through. I mean, granted, they do it at Raw, but they're gonna sit through 2 hours of SmackDown, the finals of the Mae Young Classic, and then 205 Live. Bad enough we gotta pull their teeth just to watch 205 Live, but now you expect them. I mean, Vegas is a different crowd, so maybe, just maybe.
Nah, I don't think that the. Are you serious right now? I don't think that they will. I think like they're going to that they're going to tape it, and like I said, you said it's only going to be a half an hour anyway.
Yeah,
so it's going to be that half an hour before Raw starts.
All right. I get no. 205 Live's not a half an hour. The Mae Young Classic's a half.
No, I'm saying after you was reading the
networks. Yeah, I'm on a network schedule.
Yeah, with the network schedule, you said that that 205 Live is going to be from 10:30 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that it's going to be excuse me, you think I have to sneeze? It's going to be that half an hour. I
do get what you're saying. Basically, it's going to be that half an hour that they're going to tape it within that half an hour before Raw comes on. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen, my computer is being stupid. I'm going to sign off here, and I'm gonna come right back with the same link. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like at least 3 minutes. All right. So you go ahead and start the same.
Well, no, you can. I'll do just one more topic. I was just gonna go before we actually go on with shows anyway, so that's perfectly fine.
All right. So I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. As Ron is fixing his computer, he will be right back. I'm going to talk about the final topic. Like I said, it wasn't really a newsworthy. I mean, there was some stuff. There wasn't really like a major newsworthy like headlines in terms of wrestling. But one thing I would like to point out is like a stat that has recently been brought up. Jinder Mahal. He is about to reach the 100-day mark as champion. And that is, first off, is like, what? Because for those you guys who don't know, Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja, he's about to break some history. He already, beat some few legends in his reign so far, like Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, Edge, and Mankind have held the WWE title. If he is able to hold the title until October, which is the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view on October 8th. These are superstars he already beat. First off, he already beat these people in his reign. He already beat Chris Jericho, who had 98 days as champion, his longest reign. Ric Flair only had 77 days as his longest reign as champion. Edge was 76. And Mankind was also. Furthermore, should Jinder Mahal hold the WWE title until Hell in a Cell, it will extend his reign to 139 days, and he will have bested the records of the following WWE legends: The Undertaker, with 133 days, Eddie Guerrero with 133 days, Kurt Angle with 126 days, and The Rock with 119 days. So Jinder Mahal, person which, if you would have asked me a year ago, would be WWE champion, I would have thought you should go to an insane asylum. It's not only WWE champion, but he's about to have a reign longer than the legends I literally just named: Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, Edge, Mick Foley, Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and The Rock. That is just insane to hear. Unbelievable. It's ridiculous. I mean, the modern day Maharaja, he is that. You can't deny his work, even though it's not like the best like main event work he's been doing. It's something different on SmackDown, and it worked. The views on YouTube don't lie. Any video, an interesting thing to look at for Jinder Mahal, any video that involves Jinder Mahal always gets a million views by like 3 days. In 3 days, that video will have a million views, or even less than that sometimes. Oh no, I was explaining. I don't know if you heard me. Jinder Mahal. He's about to enter the 100-day reign as champion.
Oh, okay. I thought you already did, but all right.
No. And as of right now, he already beat legends such as Edge, Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, and Mick Foley. If he can hold the title until Hell in a Cell, he'll beat the reigns of Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and The Rock.
Now, okay. I mean, congratulations, number one. I'm not saying that I'm getting bored with Jinder Mahal holding the title. I just want him. The majority of Jinder Mahal's wins.
It's because of the Singh Brothers.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say because of the Singh Brothers, even though that's true. But I'm talking about how they're booked. And they seem like every time they get booked with a match with him, it's some nutty ending. And it's starting to get old now. I want Jinder Mahal to win a match
on his own.
He
technically did. If you count Baron Corbin, he technically did. Granted, it was because that's quick, like glance of John Cena. Baron Corbin got distracted.
That's still. I still count.
I know.
I still count that as a nutty finish because number one, it went from the fact of, it was John Cena versus Jinder Mahal, and then next thing you know, here comes Baron Corbin with the suitcase and stuff like that, blah blah blah. That's still a nutty finish in my opinion. In a one-on-one match, I want it to be straight up one-on-one. I don't want no Singh brothers. I don't want the Great Khali. I want Jinder Mahal to prove to people.
No, Great Khali.
Oh yeah, who I say, Giant Khali? Whatever the fuck his name is. I don't want any. I don't want any. Distractions. It should be just I'm the champion, and then again, as I'm thinking about it, it kind of seems like with all the heel champions, kind of seems like that there hasn't been a straight pinfall victory with any of the heel champions.
Well, the question I have to ask you: do you consider Brock Lesnar a heel?
Well, we always said that he's in the medium. Like sometimes he comes in as a heel, sometimes he comes in as a face. Like for instance, Braun Strowman is supposed to be the heel in all this because he is a heel, even though he's being light, but he's coming in as a heel in all this versus Brock Lesnar, who's somewhat of the face in all this. So it's a little bit of a mixture. But I'm talking about like if you go back, let's see, like Seth Rollins. Most of Seth Rollins' matches. Was kind of a nutty finish, even though 480 had something to do with it, J&J had something to do with it, Kane had something to do with it. It was something like that. Or or Kevin Owens. As good as Kevin Owens' Universal reign was, some of his matches was won with nutty finishes. Either Jericho interfered or something happened where it's like, oh, well, this happens. That's why Kevin Owens is still champion.
I'm trying to remember. Let's see the current roster. The only person, actually, surprisingly, which is ironic, considering how they treat them, the only person as a heel to like successfully retain his title their title or win cleanly is Alexa Bliss, one. Remember, she retained against Bayley.
Yeah.
And Neville.
Yeah.
Neville can easily do it as a heel. He's just because it's the way he's booked. He's a dominant
but still, you see how he's booked. Mm-hmm. You see the fact that he can win matches without having some type of interference or some type of nutty storyline thing. Then again, and you said Alexa Bliss. Let's not forget that nutty ass thing with Bayley.
Yes, that was ridiculous. I mean, I know, but I was just giving that as an example because she did technically.
But at the same time, I see what you're saying. But it's like everyone else. It just seems like, hey, let's have this wacky finish from where such and such interferes and it's a distraction, and that's where you know the impossible is possible. I mean, for instance, that's how Jinder Mahal won the belt. Hell, that's how Kevin Owens won the Universal title. You know, like, hey, suddenly here comes Triple H, thinking Triple H is going to help Seth Rollins. No, he helps Kevin Owens. You know, like, Kevin Owens didn't win that belt on his own. He won that with help. Jinder Mahal won the belt not on his own because the Singh brothers was out there distracting Randy Orton, and that's where you know, the impossible was happening, and Jinder Mahal the champion. And all three of the matches he had with Randy Orton came with some sort of interference. And the Nakamura match came with interference. Okay, maybe I might. No, I can't even say like that because the match he had against Mojo Rawley, that was interference.
Yeah, no, I know you're 100% right. Mojo Rawley, Ty Dillinger, and AJ Styles, all of them, Jinder Mahal won because of some type of interference. No, you're 100% right. There's not been one match.
So I just want Jinder Mahal to win the match without some type of nutty interference. And when that happens, then let him do that a couple of times. And when that happens, then he can establish himself as, I'm a true fighting champion, you know?
And I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, he has the build, he has the body to make it seem like he's a credible threat. So it's like, what exactly? Like, it's like they're doing, like, it's not 50-50 booking. It's like they're doing this weird thing where it's like Jinder Mahal has the look of a champion, but he doesn't act like he can win the title. I mean, he can keep the title if it's not for help, but he can. And like, let's pretend like let's just like pretend like for a second, Jinder Mahal how he looks currently. Forget about how he was booked in the past, which was utter garbage. Let's just pretend like you just knew that like this was the guy who has this built like physique and whatever. Wouldn't he be booked as like a monster? Like if you had him like you had this random guy like regardless of his history, like erase his history for a second. Wouldn't you book him as a monster just because how he looks alone? Doesn't he know?
Personally, I wouldn't say a monster, but I will book him. I will book him probably the same as Chris Masters, except a better. Because I would say this. Chris Masters at the time when he was in WWE, he couldn't wrestle for shit.
But that Master Lock challenge though.
That was like the only thing that he had was the Master Lock challenge. When it came to actual wrestling, it was pass or go. Mainly pass. At least Jinder Mahal has
wrestling
capabilities that I can pull off this strawman stick, but I can also out-wrestle you if I want to.
You know what I think the real issue is, and this is kind of Dave Lee's fault? I'm not saying Jinder Mahal doesn't know how to wrestle, but let's remember how he's been booked when he was first run. As a jobber. Jobbers don't really have a lot of offense. So now WWE is in a position where it's like, well, shit, we put this title on him. What? I'm not saying he can't wrestle. Obviously, that's not true. But my point is, how do they book that if his whole career prior to this was just a jobber?
Well, here's something that they actually have mentioned. Okay, Jinder Mahal was in NXT. He was one of the finalists who faced Seth Rollins
Exactly.
for the NXT belt. So they know that the man has some sort of wrestling.
Well, now hang on there, Ron. It wasn't until this past Monday that NXT was finally considered canon for something.
I know. I saw you say that, but it's been before that too. But even then, they have gone back to saying, well, like, and then I remember when they said Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal has held titles before. He had he has had title shots before. He was one of the finalists at NXT for the first to be the face for to be the first NXT champion, and he faced Seth Rollins. Like, they have mentioned that before. So people know, or some people, your diehard wrestling fans know Jinder Mahal as someone who has wrestled before and has done things before. Just
No,
you know,
I do get what you're saying though. It's like, but
it's
but
like,
now in this crowd now, I'm not saying the crowd from 2012 to 14 is the same crowd now. Probably it is. Probably most of them aren't. Probably, but it's just like, how do we book this guy for the past 4 years? You've been telling us he's simply a jobber of his career. Now he's a WWE champion.
that's true. Then that's a good question. But even then, just effing say, listen, I can always wrestle. People giving me a chance to actually show my wrestling skills.
Well, there's a solution to this, and it is that the ironic name of it, Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell will allow, unlike Usagi Prison, the Hell in a Cell, there's a cage on top of the door. There's literally no. Yes, I know they can break the cage door and whatnot.
I'm about to say,
But
come on.
I know, but like I'm trying to pretend like we're in Daiwi's logic here. The Singh brothers will be outside the cell. There's no way they can help him. Yes, I know the referee might get hurt and then boom, door opens. But could the same thing happen with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens last year? But my point is, at least the way they can build this is that Jinder Mahal literally has to do this all on his own now.
Yeah, that's something that they should do, but wacky booking. But at the same time, also, it will go past Nakamura's credibility.
I know, for him to lose twice, come the fuck. I know him losing, and they put themselves into a fucking corner. Who do they care? Which one matters more? Nakamura's credibility, if he loses cleanly, the first person to lose cleanly, mind you, the Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. Or you see, they put themselves in this situation. If it was Randy Orton, who gives a fuck? Because Randy Orton, like his career, like no matter Randy Orton could. Randy Orton's at a point of his career where it doesn't matter. He accomplished himself. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter if Randy Orton loses a big one. Same situation with Chris Jericho. No matter how many times Chris Jericho puts over people, it doesn't change the fact that we consider Chris Jericho one of the best wrestlers in the world. Still, like, our opinion of him will still be the same. Same thing. That's why I feel like they should have been done it with Randy Orton. Our opinion of them would have been the same. But Shinsuke Nakamura, who I'm not saying he's new. Obviously, he's been doing it for almost 15 years now. But in terms of WWE, he's new. So, like, he would lose. Then you're right. He would lose all credibility if he. Well, we'll see. I mean, Hell in a Cell, unlike No Mercy, we still have like a whole month. We literally have a month built left. We have another 4 weeks of this. So,
yeah.
We'll see how this builds, but yeah, that was our news section. Even though we had kind of like make up the news here, it was, like I said, it was really noteworthy of anything really happening. But
this week in wrestling, as far as anything, only like a couple of things went down, and those couple of things actually happened I would say most of the things happened outside of the such we usually talk about, except for, and when we get to NXT, because once again, I wasn't home for it, but I did watch the clip of it, and pretty much what I said was right.
Yeah, If you're referring to Asuka, then yes.
Yes, pretty much what I said. I was completely right about.
But yeah, so yeah, we will definitely talk about NXT since that is the title, the main portion of it is the title of our video anyway. So we'll definitely talk about it. But first things first, Raw, which took place in Omaha and which was highlighted by Big Show versus Braun Strowman.
Which, by the way, before that, I want to do like a correction on myself.
Uh-huh.
I thought football was going to start this past Monday. I was wrong about that. It actually starts. Well, the football season started this past Thursday with the Chiefs and the Patriots, as the Chiefs beat the Patriots. But I had said that this Monday or this past Monday was going to be the start of Monday Night Football, and and how and that they're pretty much putting on matches to try to get the ratings. And I was wrong about that because, of course, the football season started Thursday, not this past Monday. This Monday coming up is the first Monday Night Football game.
And it's interesting because unlike as of right now, last week we didn't know any match. There's like no matches announced. We don't know nothing about the show.
Yeah, there's no matches announced. So and I guess that's what kind of confused me because last week they announced. We knew by now that the main event for this upcoming Raw, the Raw we're talking about, was Bischoff versus Braun Strowman. We knew that today of last week around the time.
We knew that. We knew Jeff Hardy versus The Miz was happening.
Yeah.
We knew all these big things that were going to happen on Raw already as of today. As of today, we know nothing.
Yes. So
maybe I would like to think that we even probably forgot, like, oh shit, football wasn't this week. Fuck. So now it's like
maybe they made the mistake. It was just like, oh wait, it started. Oh man.
But now it's like, well, what the fuck we're gonna do now? I think, however, I do think Brock Lesnar is advertised for. That's the only thing I do know. Brock Lesnar. Actually, let me just double check that before we start. I think Brock Lesnar is advertised for Raw, this week, and he is advertised. So I guess they did do a good thing because Brock Lesnar was on last week. They could say Brock Lesnar for the first week of football. So if anything, that will at least help. So he will be at Raw in Anaheim. So we will definitely see what's going to happen there. But yeah, the show is highlighted by Big Show with Braun Strowman steel cage match, which we'll get to later. First things first, Jason Jordan, because, hey, the first time didn't work. The second time will. Last week, 2 weeks ago, he fought Finn Balor. I don't know what kind of crack he was on if he expected any kind of different ending than Finn Balor beating him. This week, he decided to take it. Hey, Finn Balor didn't work. How about we go against the top superstar in WWE currently, John Cena?
And not just any John Cena. Broken fourth wall. I really don't give a flying fuck about
Deadpool John Cena.
Yeah, like John Cena right now is, and I said this to one of my coworkers at my job. John Cena right now, he's at a point in his career where I'm 4 years old.
He doesn't give a fuck.
My character, is like, I'm gonna, the reason why I said what I said and did these things, because I really don't care anymore. I'm just gonna let this go out, kind of like how, like Obama, his last years in office was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just
No, you're right. Don't you find ironic where it's like, again, the moment I felt like John Cena stopped caring was when he won his 16th world title. Because to me, I personally feel like that's all he ever wanted to accomplish. And now he's done.
Yeah.
He tied Ric Flair. That's all he ever wanted to do. Now, whether or not he actually wants to beat Ric Flair's streak, well, I guess we'll see in due time. But I think his main goal while he was wrestling was to tie Ric Flair, and he did it. So what else? Because again, his feud with The Miz, he looked like he was he didn't give a fuck with The Miz. He just came back with Rusev to a lackluster feud with that. Baron Corbin. I mean, we can talk forever about that. And now Roman Reigns. Like again, like this version of John Cena now is like who like okay, I get it. My character is literally a parody of itself now. That's literally what his character he's literally a parody of himself now.
If John Cena of 2000 and whatever was to see John Cena of right now, John Cena back then would be afraid of himself.
Exactly. Because like let's say John C. 2010, he was a bona fide baby face, still the whole never give up thing. I don't even think it's about never give up anymore. Don't you find it interesting? This whole year it wasn't about never give up anymore. Fuck it. And now it's about respect. Holy shit. Maybe I'm not looking too deep into this. His main shirt, on his shirt, it says respect. Earn it. The whole never give up thing is over.
Or the whole hustle, loyalty, respect thing
is at least over. Maybe we're that is something noteworthy. I didn't realize until now. His shirt doesn't say like never give up or the usual bullshit that we would see on his shirt's just different variations of it, essentially. This shirt is just respect. He's pretty much saying like come at me, bro. Like something like square up like he doesn't care. But yeah, Jason Jordan versus John Cena is exactly what you expect out of a Jason Jordan and John Cena match. Though, which Roman Reigns did point out, I mean, in a way, but it's not, I wouldn't say because John Cena was like strolling him along thinking he was going to win. Cause I feel, I mean, in the context of this match, maybe John Cena didn't realize how good of a like professional wrestler Jason Jordan was. So he probably let his guard down for a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I would like to point something out with that.
Mm-hmm.
People might say that Roman Reigns won this battle.
No.
People will say that because he got the last word in. But the thing is, and it's just like what we said earlier, just now, John Cena don't really give a fuck, dude. Like, what? Like, once again, he outworded you.
Yeah.
Okay, he outdid you. The only reason why I feel like they even sent Roman Reigns out to do this again was to try to make up the fact because he flubbed his lines a lot last week.
No, he got murdered last week.
Well, not just the fact he got murdered, but he did flub a lot of his lines. He forgot some of his lines. That's been happening lately in the WWE. There's another one who we'll mention later on who also forgot his lines.
Yeah. I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it's the fact of, this is a way of trying to make good. Trying to make
so awkward.
And once again, trying to make Roman Reigns look strong by coming out here again, having him trying to cut another promo, anything like that. The thing is, once again, even though Roman Reigns got the last word in, Cena kind of won that. Because once again, I mean, okay, good. You mentioned something. Oh, yeah, I got a big dog in my pants. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's nice. Once again, he outworded you.
Exactly.
Okay, he out-talked you again. He out-promoted you again, and whatever.
Which makes me believe he might actually win this match at No Mercy because there's no fucking way.
You too.
Because again, there's no fucking way you can tell me Cena's burying him week after verbally. Burying him week after week after week. And the result is, Cena wins, LOL. Against Roman Reigns, of all people.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree. Like, even though our predictions for No Mercies until another 2 weeks, I'm as of right now, based on how Raw's been going, I'm saying Roman Reigns. There's like, you can't fucking tell me.
Like I said, the only other way that's going to happen, and I've said it to you. I said it to you last week. The scenario of Cena wins, and he tells him, "We can do this again at WrestleMania." Because I'm stepping away because he has to do his movies. I'm stepping away for a couple months. Remember, I'm a part timer. You've said that I'm a part timer. Well, this is my part when I have to leave. I'm giving you to WrestleMania to get your weight up. See me at WrestleMania, and then we'll go from there.
I mean, I do agree. So I mean, hopefully that that'll be that'll be an interesting route to take, because then that would imply that they. No, I don't think they will, because again, I think they still want Roman, since they're already doing Roman versus Cena now. They have no choice but to do Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania. Because if they do Roman versus John Cena now, they could have, if their intention was to do Roman versus John Cena. I'm not saying at WrestleMania, they could have saved it. They literally could have saved it. They could have kept John Cena. They could have kept John. Here's what they could have done. If this is really the case, they could have kept John Cena on SmackDown, let him beat Jinder Mahal for the WWE title, eventually drop it to Shinsuke Nakamura, I'll say before the Royal Rumble, and then he can go to Raw, and then he can start a feud with Roman Reigns for like 3 months, and then Nakamura can face AJ. It works out.
It does, but you know, sometimes.
No, go ahead.
Sometimes the way people like to book these things, it's like, this is how I would have done it, but then, you know, something always throws a wrench in the plans. Like, for instance, remember, Joe got injured. It was actually supposed to be Joe.
Which is very true.
You know,
because I don't think this match was never supposed to happen yet anyway.
Exactly. Also, as far as Lesnar versus Reigns, I don't even think that's happening, to be honest. I know that's what everyone says. I don't really think Lesnar versus Reigns is happening at WrestleMania. Because
think it is only because of the fact that I personally think Brock Lesnar's done after this.
True, but
that's the only reason why I think that. So the only thing he should do, even though I hate the guy to death, is just give it to Roman.
For some reason, I don't think it's going to be Lesnar versus Reigns again, because they've done it. People didn't really care for it then, and the only reason why.
But we never got decided winner. That's the issue.
Yeah, that would be the only reason why, is because we never got a complete winner because of Seth Rollins. But at the same time, no one cared about the match before Seth Rollins jumped in, and I don't think nobody's going to care about the match now.
You're 100%. You're 100% right.
Seth Rollins is going to be in.
Did we care about Triple H versus Roman Reigns? No, but that made him in WrestleMania. So,
if Roman Reigns is going to main event, because we know he's going to main event, it's going to be against somebody else. Maybe Strowman again, for all we know.
That what we see, and I know that's why No Mercy does have a lot of things riding on it. Because for Braun Strowman to beat Brock Lesnar at No Mercy, that would tell me, because I feel like they're trying to make Brock Lesnar dominant champion. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can lay a finger on him. For him to beat him at No Mercy, I can't see Brock winning the title back after that. Not saying that he can't, but it's
I don't know what you're talking about. They've done before, but at the same time, I just think that maybe the WWE may probably come to their senses and say, how about we actually have the Universal title on our TV?
Man, I have no issue with that. I legit have no issue with that, because it worked wonders when Kevin Owens had it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like this is around the time where you're like, how about we actually have our belt on TV this time instead of not having it on TV?
And you're 100% right. I mean, trust me, I want Strowman to win. I feel like he does, like the way he's been handling himself for the past, way he worked all this past year, he definitely deserves it. I mean, if anybody could legit beat Brock Lesnar just by pure force alone, like not by like overcoming the odds, like power to power, I feel like Braun Strowman is the only person.
And that's something else too. If you want to look at the record, we're going to get back into the other matches, but if you want to look at the record of Brock Lesnar, and this is actually somewhat true, Brock Lesnar has better chances of fighting people who are the underdog of the matches versus those who either matches his power or go above his power. I know it sounds anime as fuck.
No, but to be
But
fair, always they we if you really think about it, it's like I'm not saying it's an anime, but it's pretty much a fantasy. So
yeah, but what I mean, like, I always made fun of the fact that if you compare Dragon Ball Z to WWE, people would say me that thing. But when you do look at it, Brock Lesnar has trouble fighting people who are either the same power level or a higher power, or somewhat of a higher power level than him. So he had trouble facing Samoa Joe. He just got
exactly.
lucky with him.
He barely won. There's
Okay.
that one F5, he barely won though.
And remember, he lost to Goldberg twice with and everything. Strowman took him out.
Someone took out the majority of the whole match, and then he literally dominated him the night after.
Yeah. So I feel like when you're saying that he's better off fighting the underdog than fighting somebody who's either like him or pretty dominant. So if he's going to win, it's going to be another one the same as that thing like Joe was, from where he barely survived.
What you're telling me at WrestleMania, you want Brock Lesnar versus the Great Khali?
That's not exactly what the fuck I'm not saying. How the fuck did the Great Khali? Can we go to the next segment? Can you go to the next match? I don't even want to talk about.
No, I'm just saying, but no, just imagine that though.
No, I don't want to imagine that.
One or two things gonna happen. Brock Lesnar's just gonna say fucking and leave, or it's like Great Khali is gonna have a hard time getting up after the first suplex.
I don't even want to. No, Great Khali would die.
I know. I know. It'll be ridiculous, but
like, what? Matter of fact, what the hell is he even doing now?
I don't know. Like, I thought he was like back, like he was gonna have like a short run here. That was
or at least be like a manager.
I feel like
bodyguard or something.
I feel like what did it for him was when he held the WWE title and didn't give it back to Jinder Mahal. It was like, oh no, not this. I thought like
suddenly
we was past this. Like, oh no.
Vince was like, suddenly I think this was a bad idea.
He was having flashback to him holding the world title upside down.
Yeah.
When he first won the fucking title.
Suddenly I think this is a bad idea. I made a mistake.
Exactly.
I will admit this. I made a grave mistake. That's just.
Well, no, he technically didn't, because I said a million times leading up the Battleground, if Great Khali doesn't show up, it'll be the biggest travesty in WWE. So he made sure it wasn't a travesty.
Okay, so it was your fault. You're the one that gave them that idea. They're actually watching us, and they would just say, you know what? That's actually a great idea.
Because it made sense. It made so much sense. The match itself was fucking retarded. Why not make it? Might as well just go all. I mean, the saying goes, might as well just go all out. Go all out with it.
I don't want to talk about the pay-per-view.
But yeah, I mean, it was in our fuck. Let's remember, it will always be in our city.
I don't know. It wasn't. That wasn't our city. They said it was. It was actually in. It was actually in Allentown. Let's just.
Okay.
Let's just go with that.
All right, but moving on though, we had Cesaro and Sheamus versus Heath Slater and Rhino, which I'm not gonna lie, before this match, I didn't even realize they was actually on the roster. I completely forgot. And that's
really, because they had their first match when they did the brand split. The thing is, I think Rhino had to go away because he had to, even though he lost his primary thing, I think he still does some type of political work.
Of course. If you're in politics, I think you're still going to be in politics.
Yeah, so I feel like that's the reason why he hasn't really been on.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Heath Slater's just been around. He's just, didn't have nothing for him to do.
I mean, by the way, have you even seen that meme? I'm so late on this. Have you even seen that meme going around? I mean, Drew McIntyre won the NXT title. Jinder Mahal won the WWE title. Only one 3MV member left.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to do that.
he's not going to face Brock. You don't think that's the? I mean, the story's there, man. Heat versus Brock at WrestleMania. The story. I don't give a shit about your kids. Like the story's there.
I don't know.
Imagine if anybody, he's the one that toppled Brock.
Listen. Heath Slater, when Heath Slater goes into the Hall of Fame, okay, when he goes to the Hall of Fame, his biggest success is the fact that I won tag team gold with ECW legend.
Yeah, which
and that's all they're going to keep it as.
Well, I mean, as for he will be the inaugural SmackDown tag team champion, so
yeah, and that's all they're going to keep it as.
What? Not him, like dethroning Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion. No. But imagine how much money they would have to pay Brock Lesnar for that, though.
Not even that. Okay, like here's another example. You remember how close? And the only reason why I bring this up is because I watched Where Are They Now? Remember how close?
Oh my God,
Santino was to winning the belt and winning Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, dude. So flashback time. Besides the Royal Rumble, which I was like, there's no fucking way he's gonna win this. Let me tell you about the Elimination Chamber. When first of all, Santino wasn't supposed to be in the match. Randy Orton was, but I forgot the whole storyline in that. But when Santino and Daniel Bryan was the last two people, I was like, there's no fucking way. And then when Santino hit the Cobra, I lost my shit. I thought that I was about to turn. Okay, at that time, I will admit, I was illegally streaming WWE back then. But I almost just closed my computer. I almost lost my shit. They was going to give him the fucking belt.
Okay, but remember he hit Daniel Bryan with the Cobra. People legit thought
I thought so.
He was going to win
the World Heavyweight title.
Okay, and then let's not also forget he was one of the last people to stay on the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
If he would have eliminated Alberto Del Rio,
he would have made him in
he would have made him in WrestleMania. Okay.
What a different world we would have lived in. Imagine the world we would have lived in now if Santino made him in WrestleMania. Imagine. I mean, he would have paved the way for people like he's there in them. He would have been the pioneer of the jobbers. That would have been the era of the jobbers. They're just fucking main eventing, winning the title. Then you have John Cena on fucking main event and shit. It would have. Whoa! What a weird alternate universe that would be. But yeah. Anyway, he's later in Rhino versus Cesaro Sheamus, kind of throwaway match. Obviously, Cesaro Sheamus fucking won the match. The whole Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose was on commentary. They were commentating during the match. I mean, they were pissed. I mean, Cesaro Sheamus was pissed that they were in a commentary match. Obviously, they realized Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins was talking shit. So they rectified that later in the night. But we'll get to that later. So any thoughts on this?
None.
Now we move on to the Intercontinental title match itself. Miz versus Jeff Hardy. In my opinion, match of the night.
Match of the night, but I'm going to be really
this match, but at least this match, the one grace I will say this match, besides the match itself, it tells me that Jason Jordan will not be getting an opportunity no time soon.
That's one thing, yes. But my thing with it is, if the rules say that this person cannot be out here, then why hasn't Maurice gone?
They always forget about fucking Maurice. They always forget about her. I even said on Twitter, I was like, ref, I think you forgot one.
Once again, this kind of proves my point about heel champions who don't win cleanly, and they have won cleanly before. I'm not saying they need to win cleanly all the time, but one time will be fine.
Which is true. Yeah,
With, with, with,
you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
like you're what's the? I mean, and I'm not trying to say that what's the kind like the Miz had didn't win cleanly, but she kind of had a hand in
Literally.
waking up the Miz to remind, hey, you about to get hit, you about to get hit.
I know. I mean, like if you ignore that little aspect, the Miz did technically win the match clean. If you ignore that, because technically it's not like Maurice did anything to Jeff Hardy. She technically didn't do anything. She could have went on the rope and distract him. She didn't do anything to Jeff Hardy.
No, she didn't, but at the same time, stuck your hand in there.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, but I don't know why the fuck the referee. I feel like the referee was watching. He just didn't do shit because technically the manager laid their hand on their own, like the person they're managing. It's not disqualification, so it doesn't really matter.
It's
I mean, I know it didn't matter, but it's like yes, technically. That's why I don't consider. That's why I don't consider. Like that's what I'm saying. This kind of was a clean victory because it's not like Maurice did anything to Jeff Hardy. But I do understand where you're coming from, though, and I do get that. Had Maurice not interfered, Jeff Hardy would have hit the Swanton bomb, and he would probably be champion.
Or the Miz would have put his knees up, and then Squad Quest finale 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Either other way, it still would have been a win cleanly
For the Miz,
other than some sort of interference.
Now, with this, where do you think this leads? Remember what Kurt Angle did say? Despite you having a match for the title in like the next week after like this, he was still going to fight at No Mercy for his Intercontinental title. So after this, who do you think Miz is going to defend his title now again? And I know there's no fucking way it's Jason Jordan.
Well, they might do like a true number one contendership, either number one contendership, not battle royal, but number one contendership tournament, like a small little one.
Triple threat. No, triple threat. Jordan.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, triple threat.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you're not going to have Finn Balor because Finn Balor, as we know now, is going to face
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. So,
well, I have a lot.
You know what? And you know what? At the same time, I know you said you're not going to give Jason Jordan a title shot. I think he is.
What they do it because he's gonna win. You can't bullshit. He lost against Finn Balor. He lost against John Cena. Now he suddenly wants to right doing it.
I mean, okay, if they're going to do something like, hold on, there's another moth in my room. I hate my backyard. Okay, but I live in the backyard. It's kind of somewhat of a wooded area, and it's like moths everywhere, But anyway, all right, it's dead. So anyway, if you put the fact that okay, so remember, win-loss records don't mean anything.
I know.
So if you put that aside, okay, the only person you're probably going to have Jeff Hardy. If they do a three-way match, Jeff Hardy, Jason Jordan, and another third. Maybe Elias Sampson.
Yeah, I was gonna definitely say that. Elias Sampson is definitely going to be in that match. You can't tell me he's not.
But with that said,
basically the last three people in that battle royal: Jeff Hardy, Jordan, and Elias. There you go.
Exactly. So with that said, they're not going to put heel against heel. So Sampson's out. Jeff Hardy already had his chance, and he's also going to be doing some things with Jeff. I mean, with Matt and stuff because I don't know, but I feel like he might do some more things with Matt. I don't think the Hardy Boys are completely done just yet.
Oh yeah, no, I was never saying the Hardy Boys are done, but I just feel like Jeff Hardy should at least have one more opportunity.
but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, now I guess the more I think about it, it might all roads do lead to Jason Jordan. I guess. Fucking hell.
Yes.
Fucking hell. Well, yeah. So the Miz retained because to help Maurice, but it was still a good match either way. I mean,
It was still a good match.
It's just obviously to help had Maurice not been there, so we don't know. I mean, all we do know, the only thing 100% confirmed, Miz will defend his Intercontinental title, no merch. We just don't know who, and with only what.
And then again, you never know. They might pull a fast one on us and it's like, "Hey, remember when you say you're supposed to be like this?" I said that. They have done stuff like that before, where they'll say something and then it's like you don't see it.
No, you're right. So we will.
We'll see. WWE keeps their
We'll
word.
see. We have 2 rounds left to find out who the number 1 contender. Moving on to some cruiserweight action, though, which I find this weird. I had no issue with the cruiserweight match itself, obviously, because any match with Grand Metal League will be a perfectly fine cruiserweight match. The issue I have
an issue.
Well, go ahead.
Didn't we see this last week?
No, because the difference between last week and this week. Wait, are you talking 205 Live? Yes, we're talking 205.
That's what I'm talking about. 205 Live.
Oh no. I thought you meant Raw. I was like, no, we didn't.
No, I'm talking about 205 Live, which was
then yes, we saw.
I'm just going to say that please justify your reasoning of why we didn't see this last week. Because
the difference was,
because in the pictures and video clips I saw, it was the same exact people with the same exact match. Also,
go ahead.
I was gonna say also I do have one thing to say about this match.
All right. Well, go ahead.
I've now come to the realization that I'm sick of hearing Enzo talk.
Yeah, no, and you're 100% right. He speaks like now it's to the point he literally does talk. Where was this Cesaro? And on and on. We need that Cesaro back.
Yeah, I'm at the point now.
Yeah,
I'm at the point now where I'm just like I'm literally watching him just talk. I'm just like, oh my god, Enzo, get the fuck in the ring.
No, it was literally they came back from commercial. Enzo was already out. The whole promo. Next thing you know, we're back to fucking commercial. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like you literally
what the fuck?
Literally just talked.
It's sad.
Too much. Is this what the fuck is this? Like, can you stop?
But yeah.
And it wasn't even making sense. After a while.
No, he was speaking something. First of all, he was being racist to Grand Metal League. Grand Metal League should have slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But it's like obviously he didn't really understand probably anyway, but
so racist as fuck.
Whatever. But yeah, it was. But yeah, the match itself, the one thing again it did accomplish, which I like the route. You probably have a lot to talk about on 205 Live because I'm not gonna lie, 205 Live did accomplish Seth Alexander as probably the biggest baby face. And if they wanted somebody as a baby face, they did it with Seth Alexander.
205 Live,
someone who like a justified baby face, then
205 Live. The only thing 205 Live did for me was to prove a point to something that we both said really.
Oh, about Enzo. Yeah.
Yes. The difference between Enzo and Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, but we'll get into that when we get to that. But the one thing this show kind of hinted at, which will elaborate more to 205 Live, Enzo, he knows, and he even said it. There's a lot of great performers in 205 Live, world-class athletes, but he's smarter than all of them. And to a point, he is technically correct. He's smarter than by taking his sheet. The one thing that the Cruiserweight's been doing, at least they wrestled, and they win by their own like skills. Enzo will literally cheat just to win the match.
Also, getting back to Enzo's promo thing, how do you not know that Eddie Guerrero said that?
I don't know.
How do you not know there was
I don't know.
there's a man? I don't know
I
who.
might think it was just simply a loss of train of thought right there. He
How
just
do you not know a lost train of thought? That's what? No, no. This is just as worse as Cameron's favorite match being a match that happened a year ago.
so cool. That will forever be like the best meme ever. He's like, what?
And that match, and you know what the sad part is? That match was even good.
It wasn't. That's the point. That's the point.
So not only did you mention a match that happened a year ago.
Oh no, he didn't say what. He said who. Completely buried. No, that's what he said. He said who. He didn't say like what. He said who.
Like it wasn't, but that's the thing. Like it wasn't even a match where it happened a year ago. That's like saying my favorite match was the Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, good idea. Good fucking.
Okay,
Yeah,
that match
good
happened.
fucking pick.
That match happened not too long ago, but at least it was a good match. That you can at least say it was a match of the year candidate. But you can at least say, okay, I understand why that would be your favorite match because that's that just happened, stuff like that, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now Enzo, I don't know why that was a big fuck up on their part at least, but yeah. So I don't know. It's just so he basically won by doing a thumb to the eye to Drew Gulak, and then he hit him with the what the fuck does he call his move now? Give me a second.
Yeah, he has a move for that move. He has a name for that move.
The name? Yeah, no, they have a name to it. Just give me 1 second. I know what the move is because that's technically Xavier Woods' finish. Yeah, it used to be Xavier Woods' finishing move.
It used to be Xavier Woods, and you know who else uses that move? The finisher.
Who?
Fucking
I feel like a girl uses it. I feel like a girl uses it.
Yeah, she's in the Cruiserweight chat. She just lost Mia.
Oh shit! Yep. You're 100% right. Like, it's the Jaw Donzo. It's the Jaw Donzo.
My face just dropped when you said
that. Jaw Donzo. I guess. I mean, I get it. Funny because the knee, jaw, done. But yeah, okay. But yeah, anyway, he won with that by doing.
I don't know if you just saw that my whole face just went. Like,
no, I did see it, but yeah. So that happened. Then later, Neville confronted him saying, "Hey, tomorrow it will be a Fatal 5 elimination match for 205." I love how Fatal 5 matches are that like literally define 205 Live, which I have no issue with. Their Fatal 5 matches are always the best. That's the one thing. If anything, if you want to say some good matches, besides here and there, those random, this match was actually pretty fucking good. Those 205 those Fatal 5 matches never disappoint. They pretty much created the Fatal 5-way match. I mean, like they never disappoint. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the ending was a little upsetting, to say the least, but it didn't disappoint. But yeah, it was a Fatal 5-way with Enzo, Cedric, Metalik, Nice, and Kendrick, which I feel like it should have been Dar, but I understand why Kendrick. He just got off a big win over Jack Gallagher the week before, so it makes sense. But I just felt like it should have been Dar. But yeah. So, any more thoughts on the Cruiserweight?
Until we get to 205 Live, I don't want to speak no more.
I know, my man. I definitely pissed about him more when we talk about 205 Live. Pretty much like he just. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. Now the segment I hated the most. I hated it before all the passion. Usually I don't have an issue with none of these two superstars. Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. I hated it. Hated it.
Now, what's your reason?
So, I hated it with the fact. Well, first of all, I didn't hate the fact that they finally. I don't make a joke, but they finally acknowledged NXT as canon. At least Finn Balor did. But I hated it solely because they even though in my gut I knew this way we were going, they officially established the fact that Finn Balor, and we were talking about this last week, were we not?
Yes, we were.
Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. Finn Balor and and the Demon King are two completely different people.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Because basically Finn Balor came out and talked about how he would have been Intercontinental Champion. He could have been holding the Intercontinental title. Had Bray Wyatt not interfered. Bray Wyatt came out and he was saying, yes, you see, you're simply a man. Because you didn't beat me at SummerSlam. A demon did. But you can't. Pretty much just saying, obviously, without the demon, Finn Balor can never beat Bray Wyatt. Balor was saying, I don't need the demon. I am Finn Balor. I can beat you myself. And it's like, what are your thoughts on it before I talk about it?
Well, like I said, you pre-order WWE 2K18 now. You can get the.
They even do it in the game now. It's in the game. It's in the game. They did it in the game. They're two completely different characters.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Last year it wasn't. So why this year? Why is this year different? Explain that to me, WE. For the past 2 games, when Finn Balor was in it, it was just simply an alternate attire because that's literally what it is. Now you're telling me you're two. Fuck you, WE.
Two completely different. It's what is what we call a skin. So it's like you have this character, but if you press square, you can go to the like. It's pretty much like how like Tekken 7 is. If you play Tekken 7, you make your customized character. If I go to the person I'm using and I press square, I can go to the costume I picked. So it's the same with Demon Balor. You can press square, and boom, you got Demon Balor. Or if you do a certain code, then you unlock them.
And that's my biggest issue with this. Again, we can argue there's multiple characters, multiple different variations. For example, I consider DX Triple H back in the day to be a completely different character to current Triple H because they literally act nothing alike now.
Well, I do make the joke that there's difference. It's different worlds, and if you found like the comic book world, so it's kind of like the Triple H that we now know was the CEO Triple H of NXT.
Yes.
And everything that's Earth 2 Triple H.
Oh, you're talking like Triple H, like okay, I get your point.
Like what's Earth 2 Triple H doing here? What Earth 1 Triple H should be here.
Yeah, but it's like those two are completely different characters. Thuganomics John Cena is a completely different character to definitely now John Cena. Two completely different characters.
I feel like maybe now it's John Cena is trying to come back.
Yeah, maybe like a team.
Or things are getting fused together.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see more with this Roman Reigns and John Cena for you. How far? Maybe if John Cena comes out thugging up as John Cena next week, it's fucking hilarious. I would enjoy that because he did when The Rock came out. I mean, I enjoyed that. That was the only time in that time period I was like, John Cena, thumbs up to you. You got that one for me. But yeah, it's like even American Badass, Undertaker, and Undertaker are two completely different characters.
As a matter of fact, it wasn't it one of the Smackdowns that had it had Old School Taker and it had American Badass Taker.
What do you mean?
I forgot which WrestleMania it was. It was around. I mean, not WrestleMania. It was one of the Smackdown games, and it came out around the time WrestleMania 20 came out. And it had.
Here Comes the Pain.
Okay, it had Old School Taker.
Yes.
And it had American Badass Taker.
Here Comes the Pain, which is it was 100% accurate. You cannot tell me American Badass Undertaker is the same fucking person as.
Well, it is if you go into the create character.
Oh my god!
Undertaker. Go to the American Badass Undertaker and then copy his moves into it. I did that. It was effing weird.
Okay, but the point I'm
I know
trying.
your point. I'm just.
Yeah, I know. Which is funny is you mentioned that because you couldn't select when in season mode you couldn't put American Badass Undertaker and Phenom Undertaker in the same roster. You couldn't.
I couldn't.
I found that interesting. So at least they knew, hey, that's bullshit. Even in the game, they knew that was bullshit. You can't have that. But yeah, my point I'm trying to make was unlike all those examples I just gave, there is at least a certain extent where okay, you can differentiate those two personas from wrestlers. In Finn Balor's case, it's different. He's not portraying a different character from a few years ago. He's literally having two. Again, I'm not considering it a character. In NXT, it made much more sense. He was Finn Balor. Finn Balor. He used war paint back when they used to call it that, and it was called Demon War Paint, whatnot, blah 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 in NXT. It was just simply that. That's all it was. And his manner, and again, I blame the main roster for this. I especially blame Vince for this. In NXT, if you can recall, did you ever see Finn Balor act like did his mannerisms change when he was in his?
The only other time he does that is when he does his
the fucking entrance. Only the entrance that his mannerisms change.
He doesn't necessarily become an actual
demon. But it was obvious in SummerSlam they made it his mannerisms in the ring. Obviously, his entrance, he's gonna act like a demon. Okay, but in his actual match, they made it clear his mannerisms are completely different than when he's in his regular attire, which is fine and dandy and all. But now you're literally telling us Finn Balor did not beat Bray in a record book. It wasn't Finn Balor that defeated Bray Wyatt. It was, oh my God, let me see something. Please tell me they did not do this. Please tell me they did not do this.
Separate profiles?
No, not that. I'm going to have an issue with this if they did this. I'm going back to SummerSlam. And on their results, what does it say? Does it say Finn Balor beat Bray Wyatt? Or does it say Demon Balor beat Bray Wyatt? Son of a bitch, they did it. It says the demon Finn Balor defeated Bray Wyatt. Now watch, let me go to Extreme Rules real quick. I'm sorry if I'm going off real. I just want to see something. I guarantee Extreme Rules just says Finn Balor. Because of course, because why the fuck wouldn't it? It just says Finn Balor. So what? You see the agenda Davies pushing here?
I mean, I would tell you to just calm down. But at the same time, it is pretty stupid when you look at the fact of why are we separating? You know,
and this is not the era to do. We're in a as Triple H did say. I mean, a while ago, we're in the reality era. Like that term is like what vague or whatever. But in all honesty, this is the reality era. Everything here is even Bray Wyatt to an extent. This is all realistic. Everything that happens in the day now is somewhat to a point realistic.
And then another thing is just like, okay, so what are y'all going to do with this? Y'all going to do? Remember how I talked about Bray Magic?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are we going to do? Are we going to do Finn Magic from where? Hey, Bray Wyatt is losing his match. Oh, what you going to do? Oh, that's when you know there's a demon. He turns to a demon. You know, no. I don't want that.
Fucking hell. But I'm getting the only reason why I hate this, because again, we even said it last week, and at least we can use that podcast last week as a timestamp. They're gonna do Finn Balor versus Demon Finn Balor eventually. And it's like, I know, no, you think they are not. You think they're not.
Please. I mean, I know we were joking about that, but please.
But now, no, we're literally in the reality of it now.
No.
We are. We are, though.
No. It didn't work with Taker versus Taker. Why would you try it now? But you know what? It's not too far fetched. Like I said, all you gotta do is just get a guy with the same abs and the same build as Finn Balor.
I think they're gonna use Finn Balor. Remember the UK tournament? His very much his mentor. I mean his
Wait.
People.
No.
Yes.
I know you.
Yes. They're gonna use him.
I'm logging out.
Yeah, because now you know the reality. There is a legit possibility now.
Goodbye.
Okay, man. I guess Ron. Oh shit, Ron actually left, but I think he's gonna be back briefly. But yeah. But my whole point is, it's a reality. They're in a world that Finn Balor versus Demon Finn Balor can happen because they reset this agenda where there are
so I just found out that apparently if you actually hit the hang up, it actually closes my window.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that. I was just expecting it to just be in the menu and then I could just pick up again. No, you close out everything.
I mean, I already knew you was gonna be back. I wasn't mad or anything. I knew you was gonna be back. Yeah, I just did. You actually left the call. I thought you just should be shut off your thing.
No.
Oh yeah, but
I'm still mad.
No, now you know it's reality.
I'm still mad.
Thoughts on this?
I don't want to hear me just.
It's ridiculous, but yeah, that's the reality we live in.
I completely forgot about that guy because I remember everybody was making jokes of like, who is this guy who looks like Finn Balor?
And now,
oh my god! And you know, usually I laugh at your far-fetched booking and stuff like that. I usually laugh, but being to the fact that
this one is not actually so far-fetched now.
No, this one is not completely far-fetched, and to the point of.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now.
I'm gonna be so angry.
One of these matches, Bray Wyatt is going to take the demon out of Finn Balor and have it under his control, which is going to be his pupil. And now Finn Balor is going to have to fight him.
I'm gonna be so angry.
I'm telling you, yo.
So angry. I literally am going to be really angry if they do that.
Blame fucking Vince for that one. Hey, it's funny. At the end of the day, you can't say, hey, Justin, you should have gave Justin what he wanted, Balor Club. You know what we got instead? Balor fighting himself.
Balor fighting his demons.
Literally.
It's literally from, oh my god.
Hey. But now we move on into a lighter subject, which is more of an interesting subject, especially now. Emma and Nia Jax, it was in a tag team match against Alexa and Sasha Banks. But the stipulation is that if Emma and Nia Jax actually win, they'll be added to the Raw Women's title match, making it a fatal four-way. And that's exactly what happened. Well, Nia Jax pretty much did all the work, which again, I like how they played this. They're giving credit to Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss nor even Sasha Banks made sure that Emma would not tag in Nia Jax. At least they're building her up as a beast again. That was their whole strategy for them working together. Made sure Nia Jax would not get tagged in because they knew if she got tagged in, and there's a chance that they're going to lose the match, and that's exactly what happened. However, Emma took the credit for it because when Nia Jax, what was it, a leg drop or just a slam to Sasha or something like that, Emma tagged herself in and she did the pin, 1, 2, 3. So now at No Mercy, instead of Sasha versus Alexa, it's now a fatal four-way. Nia Jax, Emma, Sasha, and Alexa for the Raw Women's title. What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with this?
Yes and no. One, I do want to talk about the fact of how many theme songs is Emma?
I know. I'm not. Well, at least this was better than whatever cancerous theme song that was 2 weeks ago.
Because
that's okay. Yeah.
All right, that's number one. Number two, I have this fear that Emma's going to win, but I also think that
that's already my prediction because there's no other. There's a lot of people in the Fatal Four. There's always that one superstar as like pretty much roadkill in the match.
Yeah,
they could have used anybody else. They could have used.
But at the same time, I feel like Nia is probably going to win too. Because to the fact that they're putting a lot more attention on Nia. I feel like as of late, they've been kind of apologizing to Nia.
Mm.
Okay, and the reason why I say apologize for Nia is because they've been trying to treat her a little like shit because she's a bigger girl.
Mm-hmm. She's not like most girls, right?
Yeah, but yet she's doing like this body positivity thing, whatever, blah blah blah. I feel like they're probably going to drop it on her just to. Well, sorry, because one of the things that they did that a lot of people didn't like, they mentioned her weight.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that for any other diva or woman wrestler, but for her, they did it for her weighing in at such pounds.
Exactly.
And it's like, why are you mentioning her weight? Like, when did that become an issue now? And I feel like they knew that they fucked up on that, and that's why they're trying to make good.
Interesting. I mean, and you are right. I would have personally thought they probably would have punished her for fucking injuring Bayley, but I know that was Nia Jax's fault. But it's just it's an interesting world that we live in, don't you think? Jinder Mahal almost gave Balor a concussion, and now he's WWE champion.
Sure.
Nia Jax, she didn't. In all fairness, she didn't injure Bayley. It's multiple ways you can say how this happened. I personally would say she didn't injure Bayley. Bayley just simply landed wrong, just like Big Cass. Enzo didn't intentionally. I would like to
he didn't intentionally do that. He just landed
wrong. So it's the same situation with Bayley. So for that, but Jinder Mahal literally gave Finn Balor a fucking concussion, and he's WWE champion a month later. But I digress. Yeah, Nia. Obviously, I mean, it was obviously planned from the beginning when she first came into the match. I'm just surprised it took so long. Let's be real for a second. NXT, Nia was pretty much dominant. The only person that stopped her was fucking Asuka because nobody could beat Asuka. So without Asuka in the way, technically Nia Jax was pretty much unstoppable in NXT. So here on the main roster, it seems to be no different unless until Asuka. It'll be how hilarious would it be? Nia wins, Asuka comes out the next week. It's like Nia Jax is seeing Ghost. That would be funny. But yeah, the only gripe I have with this isn't with Nia Jax. I'm just a personal old school. I'm old school, like whatever. But I'm personally old school when it comes to the fact that if you were champion, you are entitled to a rematch, as in 1-on-1. I still yes.
Well, like I said last week, I don't think Alexa or Sasha will be having this title. I think this is supposed to go to Bayley again.
No, it definitely was.
But Bayley got injured. But here's the thing: I also feel like that around this time,
Nia was going to take it away from Bayley.
Yes.
They're just taking it different. They're just now taking a different route of doing it.
Yes.
Which is fair. Which is fair. But my issue, again, stick with your fucking rules, WWE. They are contractually obligated to a rematch.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, sometimes.
Last time I checked, the previous match wasn't a fatal 4-way match. It was 1-on-1. So even if you'd have let Sasha fucking lose, let it still at least give her rematch and then do whatever. At least give her that. That's all I was saying. I just don't like the fact that they literally same thing with even to a point with Bobby Roode. Even though NXT usually follow the rules in that, even with Bobby Roode, he just lost to Drew McIntyre. He never got his rematch. He's done with NXT.
Well, I feel like the reason why is because the fact that he got called up.
Yeah, but still,
there's a big difference between getting called up.
No, you can't say that because Kevin Owens was the same. Was in the situation. He got called up, and so was Sasha. He still got his rematch at Takeover Brooklyn.
True.
And same thing with Sasha. Even after she got called up, she still got her rematch at Takeover Respect. So it's like I don't think unless it's something I don't know. I don't think Drew McIntyre is giving. I mean, I don't think Bobby Roode was getting his rematch. And neither are the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain has nowhere to be seen. Now I don't know. If
I actually heard that one of them was injured. I heard that.
Wait, what? One of them is injured?
I heard that. I don't think it's true.
How the fuck one of them get injured? But I mean, no, like they legit. They haven't been on their live events. Neither, and they haven't been on. They haven't been. They was not this set of tapings and have not been on NXT live events whatsoever. So where the fuck are they? Like I legit don't know where they are anymore. Saying he's been fighting heavy machinery on it at the live events. The fight is like I legit don't know where they are. It's beyond me. But yeah, that's all my thing is. Now, like I said, with Emma being there's no reason why Emma is not in this unless they're giving her the title. That's all I'm saying. They could have made this a triple threat. If that was the case, they simply made the fatal 4-way. Because let's think about this for a second. Last week, Emma had no involvement in the Raw Women's title. She was worried about a fucking hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
That's my point. They did this on purpose. Like their stories, Nia Jax and Emma's story was not intertwining whatsoever. It was never going to go in the same route. They purposely did this just to put Emma in this match. It could have been a triple threat. It would have been whatever, but Emma's winning. I'm calling. That's what I'm saying. Emma's winning. I'm just calling it.
I mean, you say that, but I think I'm actually going to give it to not Emma, to Nia. I feel like Nia. I feel like it's Nia's time now.
Mm-hmm.
It means the fact of like how she wants. I mean, she's been friends with Alexa Bliss and everything like that, so man, just give it to her.
Yeah. And then we will see an interesting feud there because then Alexa will feud with her, and then it would technically be a heel versus heel situation unless they're turning Alexa Bliss face. Where both Nia and Alexa Bliss are heel and they're having their own issue with each other because they're friends. So we will definitely see about that. But moving on to, as I alluded to earlier, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins fought Luke Gallows, Kyle Anderson. Before the match even started, though, Gallows Anderson interrupted by Cesaro and Sheamus. They was literally already in the ring arguing with them. So he sat at ringside while they watched the match. And again, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins did beat Gallows Anderson, but that was only because of Cesaro and Sheamus' interference that cost them the match. And I like that. I liked how they booked the club like that. Recently, the club has been getting fucked over due to outside interference, and I think this week they literally they had it. They had it because they literally confronted Cesaro and Sheamus. Mind you, they're both healed, but they literally confronted them, and they just said fuck. They started fighting each other. Yes, Cesaro and Sheamus got the upper hand on both of them, but at least Gallows Anderson fought back. So they are doing something with Gallows Anderson. I don't know what, but they're doing something. And it's confirmed as of this past week. Cesaro and Sheamus will get their rematch against Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins at No Mercy. So, any thoughts on that?
It was pretty much know it was going to happen, but for some reason I was actually expecting a triple threat.
That's why I was thinking too of Gallows Anderson. Might as well.
Yeah.
Because like legit,
then again, we got 2 weeks, so.
And just like how Nia and Emma just got added.
Yeah.
Not Gallows. And I feel like, and you know what? I think that's what's gonna happen next week on this week's Raw, because they screwed them over. If Gallows Anderson can beat Cesaro and Sheamus, it's gonna be a triple threat. Which is fine, I guess. I mean, I know that makes 2 multi-man championship matches at No Mercy, but who gives a fuck?
It's also using everybody because that's something that most people like to complain about, like, you don't
Raw,
use
yeah.
people.
But now they're actually using, and then it's their top team. So it's not like it's like Cesaro and Sheamus, Dean Ambrose and Rollins, Slater and Rhino. No, you have the top three pretty much, with the exception of the Hardys, the top three tag teams on the roster. So why not? Why not? So there's that. Then we move on to the main event itself: Big Show versus Braun Strowman, steel cage. What are your thoughts on this match?
Pretty much the same as that match that everyone is expected. But I will say this: did you see? Because apparently a lot of people don't know this, but Braun Strowman. I'll look it up. Braun Strowman doesn't have an Instagram, but and give me a second.
It's funny because I was, after we was gonna talk about this match, I was actually gonna bring up that too. I know what I was. You see, great minds think alike. I was legit going to bring up. I didn't even think you saw the Instagram.
Hold on. I got I got answer this phone call.
No problem. I'll just talk about the match. I'm not gonna talk about the Instagram post.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but
hold on. Let me just mute this.
Yeah, so while Ron's taking that call real quick, I'm just going to talk about the match. Yeah, the match itself, I liked it. Personally, out of the three matches Big Show and Braun Strowman had, I would actually prefer the very first one that they had, because, of this year, I would enjoy. I mean, the ring collapsing on, we've seen it before. The Steel Cage match was good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the first match felt a little bit better in my opinion, because that was the first time anybody kicked out a knockout punch, and they gave to Braun Strowman. Again, a move that literally Big Show, that was his move, and nobody kicked out of, and for however long he was using it, and they gave to Braun Strowman. So to me, I feel like out of the trilogy of matches they had, this was the first one will always be my favorite one, but this is my second favorite, the Steel Cage. It was pretty decent. I mean, for two big people, and Big Show, who's way past his prime at this point, he gave a decent match to Braun Strowman in the Steel Cage. Some highlights was that elbow drop that Big Show did on top rope. That was something. Literally those two just fucking over each other, point after point. Braun Strowman put Big Show on the rope, hitting him in the sack, and Big Show literally did the same exact thing right after the Braun Strowman by pushing the rope so he could fall too. Same thing, the Steel Cage door. Big Show tried to escape. Braun Strowman closed the door on him. Immediately, Big Show did the same exact thing to Braun. So just literally back and forth, showing like they're evenly matched. I like the spot when Braun Strowman did the suplex, because people thought the cage was going to fall. And it didn't, because, I mean, hey, they really didn't reinforce the ring on that one. So at least they made up for it last time the thing broke. And I like that part. Obviously, the right person won. Braun Strowman made sense, because he definitely needed this momentum, especially in his biggest match of his career, going into No Mercy in 2 weeks against Brock Lesnar. So he definitely needed to win. Congrats to Big Show for putting him over. Again, very decent match, and it's funny. A year ago, and I think that's what me and Ron are going to be talking about in that Instagram post. A year ago, if you would tell me Braun Strowman would not only be main eventing Raw, because he was doing that anyway, but put on anticipate, because again, I was hyped up for this Steel Cage match when they first announced it anyway. When we were talking about it last week, when they first announced it, I was hyped up. Like, who would have thought I'd been hyped up for a Big Show versus Braun Strowman match? You had told me a year ago about this. But yeah, I mean, it just shows how far Braun Strowman has come, and with those two previous matches that they gave us, hey, that's something that I was definitely looking forward to. The match itself didn't disappoint. I was happy all the way. I mean, that slam though, when Braun Strowman slammed Big Show, even though the ring was before, Braun Strowman did bounce up when he did it, because that slam was vicious. So yeah, I enjoyed the match. Braun probably enjoyed the match. He's just talking, and I'm just gonna be and for that, I'm just gonna wait until Ryan gets off the phone and we can talk about the Instagram post. So just give me a second. Yeah, I don't know why I hit that in my video, but I hit the wrong thing. I didn't even mean to hit that. But yeah. But overall, yeah, the match itself, definitely good. It wasn't my favorite of the trilogy. The first one will always be the favorite one. So we will definitely. Oh, Peyton Royce, interesting. No, I'm just looking at this picture again. I didn't even off topic right now. I didn't finish the Mae Young Classic. I didn't realize Peyton Royce she was in attendance for it. So I didn't even realize that.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No,
all right, so what I was going to bring up. What, are you still talking about the Strowman match?
Well, no, I mean, I was just summing up. I was saying again, it was a good match. Out of the 3 matches they had this year, I still feel like the first one was my favorite one, solely because somebody finally kicked out the KO punch. And they gave the Braun Strowman. So I feel like that was my
yeah. So hold on. So I'll bring this up now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to screenshot this, and there we go. So like I said, Braun Strowman, the character, doesn't have an Instagram, but Adam Scher, who's his real name, well, I can't really say his name, like Shire, whatever his name is, who is the person who plays Braun Strowman, has an Instagram. And as he says, I do outdoor redneck stuff with my redneck friends. This is my real life page. It doesn't display my TV character, which means he will talk about his TV character, but this is not his TV character's thing. Like how most people on Instagram, most wrestlers would keep. Well, I mean, yeah, they'll talk about wrestling. They'll say on his wrestling thing, but some of them doesn't break kayfabe, and they'll stay as their character. He doesn't stay as his character on here. He'll talk about his character, but then it shows some of the comedy because Braun Strowman's Adam he's actually a really funny person. So like for instance, this is one of his last things. It was his birthday a couple of days ago, and apparently for some reason, I don't know if this is actually his, but someone he took a picture next to a smart card, which you all know that there's no can't necessarily
fit in that
and everything. But the post I want to talk about is his post before that.
Yep.
His post before that is this, and he says, "As if we didn't turn the whole eyes on us the first 2 times. When we gave you a third one of a kind of never to do be seen fight be seen again fight or never to do be seen again fight. We are the last of our dying breed." He doesn't really write periods. He needs to grammar. He says we are the last of our dying breed. I say it's about our first 2. I say this about our first 2 matches, and I'll say it about this one as well. You will never see anything think like Jesus Christ.
You'll never see
like this. I'm trying to read. I'm just like,
well, you never see anything think like this anywhere. Yeah, that was a typo for his part.
My brain kind of just stuttered a little bit. Think like this anywhere in the world and may never see anything like this again. I tip my hat to you, Big Show. You brought the fight to me every time and pushed me to dig deeper and deeper to find a way to beat you. And I thank you because you brought 100% of the monster out in me. Oh man, that was hard to read.
Yeah, I think when he wrote "think" he meant "thing."
I think he just needs to put more periods in. But who am I going to tell him to do grammar?
Oh, Braun, yeah.
Hey, Braun, have better grammar. And then this one.
I know,
and
yeah.
then
You go right to that picture. Yeah, the best picture ever. Fucking murdered with that chick.
Here's a hashtag you got a chair print on your face.
No, it was like the best thing I ever. It was the greatest thing I ever seen. Him just fucking decking that chair at Roman Reigns.
But yeah, so but anyway, so for pretty much the reason why I bring this up, and hold on, I'm gonna take the screen share off. So the reason why I bring this up is because it kind of seems like for some reason that this was Bishop's last match.
Oh no, and I was actually gonna bring that up too after this whole Instagram post. I feel like it was. I feel like it was over after this.
Yeah, because the way he's, I can't really say the way he's wording it because that wasn't words, but the way he's putting this down, it kind of seemed it seemed like a thank you type match. I mean, it's not like a thank you post, but it just seems like he's saying like, hey, you know, thanks for this match and everything. I guess we'll see you again down the line, or thank you for the memories. And then it also doesn't help, apparently there was a video after Raw went off that had a Bishop struggling up the ramp. Now, of course, he's probably playing it all for kayfabe and stuff, but people was giving the thank you, Big Show type thing. And it kind of seemed like this was Bishop's last match. And it's like, with now between Mark Henry, because remember I mentioned to you last week that Mark Henry retired.
Yeah.
And now this, like this match might have been the last match for Big Show.
And to be honest, I would have no problem with that because he's one of those old school wrestlers. If they're going out, you go out on your back. So Stone Cold did it. Ric Flair did it. Shawn Michaels did it. And even Undertaker did it. They went out on their back. So if this was truly the end, then thank you, Big Show, for your career. I mean, it's not official. It's not 100% official.
It's not 100% official. It's just the fact of the way
I personally feel. Yeah,
the way that they was wording that, or the way he was wording that, it just kind of seemed like
said match you'll never see again. Yeah, he said match you'll never see again. So it's if it is, I mean, why? If anything, I would be glad this is because let's be real. What other 5-star match Big Show get out of somebody else besides Braun Strowman?
Pretty much, yeah, that's a good.
So, with that being said, I even think personally Big Show knows that. So, let's be real. Okay, after this, who will Big Show fight?
Pretty much, and then it's something else too. And my dad has said this a billion times. What necessarily does Big Show have left? He's been there for a good
20 years.
Yeah, a good long time. Like
20 years, yeah.
The man should have held titles, for like the longest time and everything. Not saying he hasn't, but he should have probably held more titles. That's what my dad was saying.
As you say that, I'm going to go over his history. He is a 7-time world champion, having held the WCW World Heavyweight title twice, the WF/WWE title twice, the World Heavyweight title twice, and ECW Heavyweight title twice. He's the only person in history to hold the WCW title, the WWE title, the World Heavyweight, and ECW World title. So nobody can take that away from him. Yes, yeah. I know the ECW title was technically under the WWE banner, but it was still ECW. So he won every title in he held the title from all the promotions, the major promotions at that time.
Yeah.
He has found success in the tag team division. He had won 11 world tag team titles. He's a Grand Slam champion, Intercontinental United States Hardcore.
Yeah.
12 Grand Slam winner. Like he had a decorated career, so it's like he won the Andre the Giant Warrior Battle Royal, even though it means absolutely fucking nothing, but still, only because Andre the Giant, obviously, that there's some link between there. So yeah. He had a decorated career. I mean, despite obviously his later years being like, well, sure, whatever. He had a decorated career, so nobody can take that away from him.
Well, yeah, no one cannot take this away from him, and everything. So it's just like I said, it's in a sense it's bittersweet, but
Mm-hmm.
you know when your time is up.
And he's
you don't want to, and not to also mention like if you look at someone like him, someone like Big Show,
mm-hmm.
he's in his 40s now, right?
He's 45.
Okay, so most of the people in their 40s and stuff like that, especially for him, especially for his size, because you also gotta remember he's a big guy. He's not like Andre the Giant. He's actually a lot better shape now than Andre the Giant. And for some reason I was watching old WWF videos or whatever. Big Show was pretty big, and everything. I meant like he was fat. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say he was fat. And it wasn't until we started working with Mayweather, started doing the more boxing stuff. Actually lost the weight. Remember when he first came back.
I know. I was like, holy shit!
Like, what the hell? Whoa, Big Show, what the fuck? I mean, I'm jealous. I've been trying to work on a diet and stuff like that, and just like, okay. So it's like you look at excuse me. So you look at the stuff that he's done and everything, and you appreciate stuff and everything. You appreciate him. So if this was his last match, then at least he went out in a sense with a bang.
Yep. So I mean, even though it's unofficially, thank you, Big Show, being part of my childhood. Thank you for all the good moments, even the bad. Yes, I know you turned face and heel so many fucking times. It's like.
So with that said, okay, because I know you heard the rumors about the Hall of Fame next year.
Yes.
And personally, I feel like I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. They're talking about the main inductor to be Batista. Me personally, I'm not saying that he's not Hall of Fame worthy.
Oh yeah, he is. I know.
I just don't think that he should be the headliner. I feel like
we'll find out in time. We will find out.
Okay, because I feel like that one, if Taker is retired,
and it should be his.
He should be definitely right now into the Hall of Fame. Okay, like number one. So,
and I will still stand by this, even though I would love for him to break kayfabe and just talk about all his moments as Mark Calloway. I feel like he shouldn't be there.
What? Just like take it as a posthumous or whatever? Well, how you say it?
Wait, what?
Like he gets inducted, but he's not.
I don't think Undertaker. I mean, yes, it will be nice for Mark. That's personally just for me, since obviously Undertaker is literally my idol. To me, as his character dictates, I feel like he shouldn't be there.
Well,
that's an occasion.
Well,
because of his character shouldn't be. He just shouldn't be there.
I mean, yeah, but look, we also gotta remember he was also American Badass, and that broke the
whole character mode of it. But
Yeah, so like, because all right, so I'll say it like this: since the American Badass character, the Undertaker hasn't necessarily been the Undertaker of old.
yeah,
Like for
he's a
instance,
hybrid. He's a hybrid of what he is.
yes, like for instance, the Undertaker of old never cut promos the way Undertaker of now cut promos. Like Undertaker of old always had someone talking for him, and then he'll say a couple of words that lead up to like
Yeah.
rest in peace or whatever. Now you had then when Undertaker lost Paul Bearer or whatever, he started talking on his own. You know, he started doing his own little stick and everything, but he still kept into a character of that. Then American Badass, he's just like, look, I'm just gonna kick your ass, dude. Like,
Exactly. But it's like, yeah, I'm just talking about obviously his whole 26-year career, his obviously his defining character is his dead man character.
oh yeah,
So
of course.
because of that, I'm just saying, just because of that alone, just this is personally me. Again, I would like to hear Mark, because again, we when do we ever hear Mark Calloway talk?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, but not to also mention, the Hall of Fame is one of those was the one night where you're allowed to break character.
And that's the thing. Undertaker never even broke character during the Hall of Fame. He never, with the exception of Paul Bearer being inducted, he never shows up to it.
Yes, and that's true. Actually, from what I've heard, he actually did show up. He never had a seat. He always watching backstage.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, like that's my point. I mean, like he wouldn't be visible in the crowd. Nobody would say, "Holy shit, it's Undertaker." That's my point because it's
I feel like because it's in his honor that he should be there. Because
I know.
Because of the fact that this is about me. I'm going to break everything and have it because it's about me.
Yeah, which it is true. It's not. I mean, it's just me. It's hard to describe. It's just for me, it will be the perfect like seal, like ending to the Undertaker character.
Although
for him,
everybody
to honor him, and it was
that
just
one
like
rumor is true. I'm going to be angry.
What?
So apparently there was a small rumor. I don't believe it, but since we like to talk about rumors, there's a small rumor that Taker has been training.
I know. I heard it for Survivor Series bullshit.
For Survivor Series to face Roman.
Bullshit.
And the reason why is because apparently I hate people sometimes. In the end of the promo, you hear a gong that usually sounds like the Undertaker.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, you read that.
Yeah, and people are actually reading into this. Now, if this is actually true, I'm going to be angry. But at the same time, it does have some sort of merit because because of the fact that Roman Reigns keeps bringing up the whole fact of I retired the Undertaker, and stuff like that, and maybe that's what brings the Undertaker back.
Saying that I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't want him as much as I would love for Undertaker to literally just shut up Roman Reigns once and for all. As much, trust me, I'll be front row and center to whatever. I will fly to that fucking city to that event just to see it for myself. I don't want it. That WrestleMania moment was, to me, solidified the end of the Undertaker's career. Him literally going out the same way he came in, into the darkness. He went down into the darkness and he disappeared. He left his jacket and everything in the ring. To me, I know yes could be a fucking cop out and it's like it was just whatever, but
then again at the same time, Taker lost his first WrestleMania. The next year he was just like, no, but I'm saying the next year he was just like, I don't even give a fuck about this thing anymore. I'm just gonna fight.
That's my point. The difference between people argue his career should ended that when he lost his streak. The difference is no matter despite what people said, Undertaker never said if the streak ends, I end. He never said that. That's the whole point. People tend to forget. He never once said if the streak dies, he dies. His opponent says that. He never said that shit. So that's why I don't like. It's like yes, he did lose to WrestleMania 30, and he did walk away, but he never said his career was going to end. It was clear again because it happened out of nowhere. It was never announced. Like Undertaker never said, "If I lose, I retire." He lost, and based on that whole 10-minute, almost 15-minute ending, I would like to think that was the end. It came out of nowhere. He literally again he broke character for the first time. Purposely, he broke on script. He purposely broke character. He put all his clothes back on. He didn't just rise up and just left out like whatever he lost. He literally they literally showed all those highlights just for him to have time to put on his clothes, and he didn't redress
himself. Which,
exactly.
by the way, it would have been real funny if they just played if you watch that again and play stripper music in the middle of that. Have you? Then this wouldn't feel so awkward.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah, Jesus Christ, man, not having that thought.
now I had that thought in your head. Should we take a break after that, or?
But yeah, it's just that's why I don't want. If it is true, I don't know how I would feel about that. Obviously, I'm gonna be conflicted. Yeah, Undertaker's back. But you made me bawl my eyes out. You made me bawl my eyes out at WrestleMania 33 when I thought this was it for you.
Hey, okay, I'll say it like this. In Moonwalker, in the Moonwalker movie, people thought Michael Jackson was gone after he saved those kids, and he really just went to a club. So here it is now. Everybody's thinking the Undertaker's going. No, he just went to go rest his hip. He'll be back.
I mean, John Cena did allude to that. If you remember when John Cena and Roman Reigns did their promo, he did allude to that. He congratulations, you took out a 50-year-old man who needed hip surgery. Okay, I mean, he did allude to that. So it's now the more I think about it, but Undertaker, don't come back. I'm not saying don't come back. It's so hard for me to say that. I'm just saying
not even for one more match.
No, he doesn't need to. Yes, I hate the fact that if this was really his end, his final match was against Roman fucking Reigns, but just don't come back. That ending was too. What else can the only other fucking way they can top this ending of his career unless he literally I don't know the Druids take him down to where I'm trying to picture what else can they do.
He can strip off his clothes again with stripping music.
Yeah, but other than how do we get to we went from Braun Strowman to Big Show? Oh, because Big Show retired. How did we get to this?
Big Show probably retired. We always do that. I don't know why.
Yeah, but we get all that.
But it's 9:55. You want to take a quick break and then come back?
We'll take a 5. We'll take a 5 or 5 or 10. It doesn't matter. I might get some ice cream or something. We'll finish it off.
Damn, you got ice cream?
Huh?
Damn, you got ice cream? I'm jealous.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, my mom just bought me some strawberry ice cream today, so
I'm jealous.
wish I could share it with you, but yeah, guys,
just feed to the screen, I guess.
We'll take probably 10 minutes, and we'll come back and finish off.
Yeah, 10 minutes will be fine. I need to do some things myself.
Yeah, all right. All right, guys, we'll see you in 10 minutes, and we'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. I got my ice cream and whatnot. I'll be waiting for Ron till he comes back.
I'm here. I'm just
All right.
watching some stuff.
Now, it's funny. It took ice cream to realize the thought I was trying to get about The Undertaker. So before we start Smack, I just want to briefly try to explain what I meant, why I don't want Mark Calloway to be at Hall of Fame. So bear with me, Ron, for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, before I start, I want you to take out the mind that WWE is scripted. And you understand where I'm coming from.
Yes.
So let's pretend like WWE wasn't scripted for a second. I understand where I'm coming from. Undertaker is at a point where he's not a character. He's a myth. The Undertaker itself is a myth at this point. So the issue I have with this is that seeing as the way Undertaker went out at WrestleMania, to me, it's always that one thought of, maybe one day this guy might come back. Like, always be that thought in my head. Maybe this one, like, again, pretending like WWE is not scripted for a second. Maybe one day this guy might come back one day. Maybe. But for me to see Mark Calloway on stage accepting his Hall of Fame expectancy, that literally marks the end of the character itself. If he doesn't show up and there's some of his career, it's like, yeah, there's some career of this guy, this myth, this legend who's been in the business for almost 3 decades. And it's like, yeah, this guy will go down in history as just this guy. And like, who knows? We never know if he ever show up again. But seeing Mark Calloway on stage, it's like, yeah, it's over. So that's the reason why I don't. Yes, I know it's over, but it's always that thought in my head of like, what if? And I'm even talking about beyond. Again, this is like obviously unrealistic. Even when Mark Calloway, God forbid, when he ever passes away, I want the character. I'm not. Jesus Christ! Now I'm trying to sound like a hypocrite. I want the character of the Undertaker and Mark Calloway to, not saying it be separate, but be, what's the best way to describe it? Basically, the Undertaker legend will live on despite the fact that Mark Calloway is no longer here. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
No, I feel like you have a point. I mean,
that's where I'm coming from with this.
You have a point, but my full thing is I feel like that's okay. One thing about the Hall of Fame is that when you get inducted into the Hall of Fame, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's pretty much nothing else for you to do.
Well, damn, I should put that to Ric Flair.
Yeah, well, Ric Flair is a whole different animal. But when you go into the Hall of Fame, that's pretty much the last stop of your wrestling career. And with Taker, I feel like that going to the Hall of Fame is the last stop. Is the final nail in the coffin. Per se. And I personally, I have nothing wrong with that. I really don't feel like I feel like that's actually something that will be fine for him to do. That it'll be the thing. I feel like that's something that he will go. And I'm sorry, I'm also reading something else too.
You're right.
But I feel like that's actually the thing for him to do. If he goes off and say, "No, this is it for me. I'm going to go ahead and do this," then yeah, then that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to end it right here, and that'll be it.
Oh yeah, no. Again, I don't want you to like think that I don't want Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. He should have his own class of his own, as far as I'm fucking concerned.
Sure.
I'm dead serious. I just don't want Mark Calloway to be there when they induct.
Okay. So I feel like, all right. So now that you say it like that, now I'm sort of I'm sort of seeing
Where I'm coming from here.
where you're coming from.
That's just my whole thing. Yeah.
Being to the fact of um when it comes to like, because he's done this before with Scott Hall,
Yes.
Everything. But then again, at the same time, so what it is that it will be the reverse from where it wasn't Scott Hall that got inducted, it was Razor Ramon.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
They did with Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. It was Diesel
that got inducted, not Kevin Nash.
So you would think that. So what you want is someone like So you want the Undertaker as the Undertaker to be inducted, but not Mark Calloway coming in as
because it be yes, technically, because it being Mark Calloway would literally like solidify the end. Like it'll be him saying, "Hey, it was a good run." I'm not saying he'll say it like, "Hey, I enjoyed it, but like this is it, guys."
But you
I want it. Yeah. So yeah, now you see where I'm coming from here.
Okay. I see where you mean by that.
It's not like I want it. Like I don't want Mark Calloway to be there. Obviously, Mark Calloway. It's like if he is, I don't want. To be honest, personally, if I had it my way, I just want him to be. The only presence of the Undertaker should just be his hat and his jacket. That should be his only presence. But like,
okay, so with that said, now I still really feel like that he still should be inducted because it's the Undertaker.
Yes.
Because this is how I want to end this. Okay. I want to be inducted because I've done a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is my chance. Pretty much worship me. I don't mean to say like that, but this.
No, dude.
But pretty much in the sense of just like, listen, this is about me. So.
No, dude, trust me. I worship the hell out of Mark Calloway. Don't get me wrong. It's just the fact, like, it's hard to. Undertaker is one of those rare superstars where it's like he's above the person portraying him in a way, if that makes any sense. The character itself, like for example, John Cena. It's to a point where it's like it's hard to explain with John Cena, but the point I'm trying to get is John Cena the character and John Cena the person. They're separate, but he'll always be more defined as John Cena. Like John Cena the person is more than John Cena the character, in my opinion. Like the person portraying John Cena, who is John Cena, I feel like John Cena is the same person. John Cena outside, same John Cena inside, personally, in my opinion. Same thing with, like, because characters nowadays, they're just extensions off of their personalities. I think that's the best way I'm trying to put it. Dean Ambrose is probably, with the exception of Braun Strowman, Dean Ambrose is the same Dean Ambrose probably outside the ring. Same thing with Seth Rollins. Same thing with fucking Roman Reigns, probably. People like Cesaro, James, like those AJ Styles, they're the same person. It's just their character is just an extension off of them times of 100. Mark Calloway is not the Undertaker in real life, and that's the point I'm trying to get here. It's like with that being in mind, it's like that's why this is a completely different circumstance where it's like it's hard. It's gonna be hard for me to look at Mark Calloway talking at the Hall of Fame because now I officially know it's over. If they're gonna do the Hall of Fame for Undertaker, and this is the last thing I would say before we talk about SmackDown. I know I'm probably going a whole other hour with this, but
I'm pretty sure you will.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just I would rather just personally. I want the Undertaker more to be there. It's just I would just personally just his presence should only just be his attire, just simply his hat and his jacket. That would define the character. He doesn't physically. Mark Calloway doesn't physically have to be here for them not to recognize him. It's just.
I mean, I see. I'm echoing again. I'm sorry.
No.
I see your points, but at the same time,
no, trust me. I also see your point. The person portraying the character should also be there, recognized, obviously, because he's the one who did it. Obviously, it takes the character. Like, for example, Titanic. Who's the fucking main character's name?
Titanic.
No, who's the guy from Titanic? I know Leonardo
DiCaprio.
Yeah, I'm talking about the person he was playing.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Obviously, Jack wouldn't be the character. Like, there without Leonardo DiCaprio, there would be no Jack. And there's no other person that probably portray that character. There would be no Joker from The Dark Knight if it wasn't for Heath Ledger. I guess it's the best example I could give. If it wasn't for Heath Ledger, we wouldn't have that Joker that we know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to take anything away from Mark Calloway. It's just because obviously, was it for him, we would not have Undertaker. He's the only person that could have portrayed that character to what it is now. But I'll probably have a better thought process next week.
No. I mean, listen. I understand what you mean. It's both.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's both. We look at it both ways. It's the fact of. It's the fact of where you see as that you want the character to be preserved.
Exactly. That's just what I'm saying. Yes, you
but the way I see it is the fact of he should that he should be, I feel like that he should. This is his time. He should be on here as
Mark Calloway. Yeah.
As a thing.
Because to me, Undertaker is not a character anymore. He's literally a myth.
Yeah.
That's how above we had a point where Undertaker is not a character anymore. He's literally just a myth. But yeah, moving on to SmackDown, which took place.
Finally.
Moving on to SmackDown took place in I don't know where actually. The Denny's. It took place in Denny's. That was the arena. The Denny's stand for Premier Centers. Yeah, they're at Denny's. But Anyway, it was highlighted by the fact that it was gonna be Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The winner will have the right to face Jinder Mahal. Now, a year ago, if I would have told you that, would that have made any sense to you?
Nah, I was still like I've said, I've joked about this plenty of times, and I still joke about it now. That this is the best storyline in WWE 2K.
Exactly. This is literally make believe.
Yeah, because of the fact that this legit seems
this is reality.
Yeah, but this is reality. Sometimes you have to. It's one of those things where, and you know what it is, and I hate to call them out, but this is probably one of the things that your racist wrestling fans are still not used to. Because, and the thing, all right. So my thing is that I legit hate reading comments on anything, and sometimes I slip and do, and then I get angry at myself that. Why did I read this? Now I'm angry. YouTube comments, I get angry because it's like
the most poisonous thing ever.
Yeah, and it's like you go on YouTube. Sometimes it's something that, and I don't know if you listen to, but I listen to Preston and Steve in the morning, and Steve Morrison says something that's completely true. You can watch a video about Snuggles the bear on YouTube. And then if you scroll down the comments, someone will put down "Death to Jews."
Yep. Completely unrelated.
or just or something that's just like that stirred the pot up a little bit. So if you go on Jinder Mahal's Instagram, the man really does just talk about his body. Like the things that he does, how he works out, how he eats. Because most people still believe he takes steroids. I know he does it because by now he would be suspended.
Exactly.
Okay. Unless I joke that I do joke there's something in that.
Or unless Jinder Mahal literally had this man by the balls, I don't think. Yeah, like
but
obviously.
but now I'm joking around and saying, there's something in the curry chicken that has that man looking the way he does. But he talks about how he eats cleanly. He does things like it's one of those things that his Instagram is supposed to talk. It's the same as that thing like Braun Strowman. He talks about his wrestling persona, but he also talks about, hey, I also eat cleanly, and this is how I work out. So
Yeah.
it's one of those, body conscious, not conscious. What's the word I'm looking for? Like it's supposed to give you like body motivation, you might say, to help
Motivation.
you
Like,
get
he's a motivator.
to help you if you want to be in shape just like he is. Follow these steps. Okay, you scroll down the fucking thing. You're a disgrace to the WWE. You're a fucking sand nigger, and you're doing this and that, and you should not hold it. It should be someone like Randy Orton or other white American wrestlers that's not a American, something like that. Like I'm just riffing off the top of my head, but you get those kind of people who
Mm-hmm.
who will berate the man's Instagram, and it's like, did you
No,
follow this?
the real issue with that, and it's sad when wrestling fans can't take like.
When wrestling fans don't know how to turn off.
Yes, the person who posted that is not Jinder Mahal. It's the person portraying Jinder Mahal. So now you're hating.
Most of the time. Most of the time,
Yes.
it's actually them. It's just the fact of like I said, like I mean, oh, I hate to do this. Oh, it's gonna kill me, but I'll go to the man's thing right now. As much as I legit hate to do this, but okay, let's screenshot real quick. We'll get back to SmackDown, folks. I know we
I
always
mean, it's still somewhat related anyway. But
okay, but okay. So this is Jinder Mahal's thing.
Mhm.
Reigning WWE champion, SmackDown Live superstar. That's a Snapchat. Business acquired. I don't know why he still had this on here because
I know it's
apparently he had this on here when he wasn't
WWE anymore.
yeah. So I don't know why he still had that on there. Maybe as a backup. Okay.
Yeah, but what do you need a backup for? He's the modern day Maharaj.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But okay. I hate to do this. The thing. Oh,
Like
well,
this,
okay.
for example.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like this.
Well, no, this is something he just made. I guess he made just come at me, armor, but in all seriousness, everyone stays safe. Then, okay, so maybe
This one seems tame.
yeah, this one seems tame. But then again, at the same time, some people have said some things. Then again, he just posted this 8 hours ago. So let's go to something that's like, because you see the comments is only 136 versus.
I'll say that one. The 300. No, click on that one.
This one. Okay. Numero. No comments. Yes, Fagara, privacy, gender. Okay, hey gender, let's go in. I like this. Here you go.
Yeah, I know. I see it right there.
You're and something in the English. You're a champ, so WWE can have viewership in India despite you have no wrestling skills. Well, this person pretty much said exactly what I just said, but at the same time, it's like,
No, the difference.
oh, here you go. You are terrible, and I never want to see you again on WWE. Actually, if you really want to go, let's go when he really first won the title.
Fucking belt. Jesus.
Okay.
That was probably.
Let's go when he first won the belt.
That was probably DEFCON 5.
Which one was it?
That'd be a long time ago.
No. It's down here. It's because he does talk a lot. It's not Money in the Bank.
It was Backlash, so it's obviously very fair. I mean, trust me, we will know when it was the picture. What picture it is? We're close. We're getting there.
I know we're getting close.
We are definitely getting there.
That's the Money in the Bank promos.
This one.
This one, okay.
Doubt, like, look
Should we do this or should we do this one?
that one.
Pick or choose. This one?
Yeah, that one. That one.
Okay. 2012.
That's how you know.
Okay.
Real.
So that's a little more comments. Oh wow, this is oh, here we go. I hate you. I hate you. Are the same person. Probably didn't look up the right way. I'm just gonna just keep scrolling up.
Can you say steroids? I saw one. It says, "Can you say steroids?"
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more little comments because there's like 3,000 effing comments. But and then some of them are actually talking.
No, I saw some. I saw some.
Okay, so I don't like Ginger
Mahal. Okay.
It's ridiculous. A man who used to be a ring announcer for
Kylie, now he's a champ. More booking today.
He wasn't the ring announcer for the Great Khali.
And then these are the same fans that wonder why they get blocked on Twitter.
He's a tiger. That was okay.
No, I'm saying these are the same types of fans that they wonder why they got blocked on Twitter.
Fair and what?
Shit, I don't fucking know.
Randy Orton always wins. I mean, you got people saying that we're prior review and stuff like that, but then
the majority, yeah.
Okay, that's good. You know, I haven't been this hype since the Miz won the title. Randy Orton's a great decision. Congratulations, good job. Best decision by Vince, but however, and so he's talking about the tag team belts. So it's boring. No, a nightmare come to life. Shaking my head, what the hell? So still laughing and trying to figure WWE out.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, but the thing is that there are people that just like legit hates him, and they'll use the racist things. You know, the thing that makes me fun. The thing that's funny is that he's not
I know. They don't realize. But at that point, I blame WWE for that.
Well, I mean, listen, it's the same as that thing of saying the Ultimate Warrior is from parts unknown. You know what parts unknown is? Somewhere in Florida. Because that's where he lived at.
Like Death Valley in Texas.
Yeah, everyone says from Death Valley. Where is Death Valley at, technically?
It's in Texas.
Well, technically, Death Valley's in Arizona.
Oh, really? I thought it was in Texas.
No, it was in Arizona.
Oh,
so I mean, there's actually a Death Valley in Arizona. So technically, hey, here's something right there. The Undertaker is from Arizona because Death Valley is in Arizona.
Yeah, there you go. I know, but it just sounds cool with Death Valley.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Like when I did my charity thing, they asked me where am I from. I'm not from Philadelphia. Or well, being with your character, what's your street? I'm from Musgrave. Oh, that's actually awesome. From the Musgrave. What? I'm not the okay. I'm not from the grave. What in the musty grave? Is that what you trying to say I'm from? But anyway, back to SmackDown and the same thing. Like you said, it was the main event match was Sasuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton for the number one contendership, which was.
It was a decent
match.
Yeah, it was a decent match, but
it's two different styles of wrestling that you don't really see, and that's the one thing with anyone wrestling somebody like Nakamura. Nakamura has a different style of wrestling compared to anyone else
on the roster.
Yes, on the roster, and not just the roster ever. You don't see someone like Randy Orton facing someone like
kick the shit out of you, like kick the shit out you, like
yes, like you probably would never see nothing like that.
Yeah, so it was two conflicting styles, and we saw how it went, but we will get to that. First off, again, I love this Kevin Owens, this deranged fucking sociopath Kevin Owens, because originally it's supposed to be Carmella versus Natalya to start the show. Kevin Owens comes out literally, and the part I find most hilarious, he knew he was wrong from the beginning, but he didn't give a fuck. He told Carmella, "Hey, you have a new referee for this match, and it's me." Knowing doggone well it isn't true, and he didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Referee, give me the fucking shirt." And it's J-Man came. I just love for I don't know why. I just love that though. It's like this deranged psychopath, sociopath Kevin Owens now is just amazing. And it's like, yeah, J-Man was like, "No, dude, just stop. You're not refereeing anything." And they figured back and forth. And then Kevin Owens,
and then things got real.
Yeah, he got real. He was saying, "You know what?"
Which happened, I would say 3 times.
Yes.
This SmackDown, where things.
Yeah, no, this SmackDown was the darkest SmackDown I've ever seen.
Things got real.
The darkest SmackDown I've ever seen on any SmackDown. Period. It was like this. It was segment after segment. Oh, it was like, oh, and then a segment right after this. Actually, it was like, oh, huh.
Yeah, like you kind of just like.
It became so dark. This show. Hey, they needed the ratings boost, and I guess they know how to do it now. Take a darker approach.
Yeah, by hurting people's feelings, apparently.
It was like legit. Because Kevin Owens, he brought up, for those who don't know, Shane McMahon was recently in a airplane. I want to say airplane, helicopter.
It was a helicopter.
Helicopter instance. He did obviously survive, obviously, and he wasn't injured or anything. And Kevin Owens brought that up, and he said, "You know what? Without saying death or killed, your family would have been better off had you not survived that helicopter crash." And it's like, whoa, holy shit. And then he brought up the fact that, before I even get into that, he brought up the fact that his father gave him attention when he was younger. Nobody likes him in his family. He's jealous of his, like, all this stuff. But he brought his helicopter. He said, you'll be better off. Your family, your wife, and especially your kids. And Shane even said before, don't you ever, if you ever bring up my kids again, you're gonna regret it. He brought him, and Shane Man beat the shit out of him. Yeah. The best part of all of this was when the people was trying to take on, he started beating the shit out of them too. Like he didn't, even though he the one who brought up the rule, if you put your hand on an official, it'll be consequences. And he literally put a hand on it, like on a security officer. And him himself in his position. And he was about to literally knock out Daniel Bryan. He was like, yo, man. It's like Daniel Bryan realized he might get another concussion.
And the thing is that Daniel Bryan gave him the, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
I know that face. I was retweeting this shit out. It was the best meme of the whole show. It was so perfect. He looks down and he looks at him like a disappointed father. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not angry. I'm just very disappointed.
Yeah, he just beat this shit out. And then of course Kevin Owens, I knew exactly his reaction was gonna be, I'm suing. I'm suing. I was laughing my ass off. I guess my brother literally said it right before he said it. It was like, wow. I was like, wow, they're actually going this route, huh? He said, I'm suing WWE. This show is literally going to be called the Kevin Owens Show because I'm suing WWE. I'm suing your family. I'm going to own this company. Shane Man's going to regret the day he ever tried to put his hands on me. It was so good. And he's like, there's something we can take. We'll be able to figure this out. Then Brian said, I will figure this out. I'm going to talk to Shane, and we'll sort this out. So, what are your thoughts on that opening segment? One of the more interesting opening segments.
Like I said, I mean, we all know what it's going to lead up to, but it's the fact of, this is good storytelling, and the fact that they're actually doing this and they're leading it to let Kevin Owens pretty much take charge of anything, because Kevin Owens can play anything he wants. He can be the asshole heel or the psychopath, as you call him.
Yeah, the psychopath, the reigning psychopath.
So yeah, I like this, but like I said, man, that got dark.
It did, and it helped matters with the next segment, which was Natalya versus Carmella. They brought up the fact that, again, James Ellsworth ruined her original plan to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase by spilling out to Natalya live in front of everybody. And Jimmy Owens again tried to interfere. It didn't help because Carmella lost anyway to Natalya. Right after the match, however, Carmella, she literally lashed out on Ellsworth, saying that what was the word? What are some of the words I can bring off the top of my head? She was saying you're a troll. What was the word you remember? I remember one significant thing she said. You should have died.
Masha gave you away, something like that.
Yeah.
Once again, got real.
And it's like, I'm starting to think, I have to look this back up. Was this Smackdown specifically TV 14? I think it was. I feel like it was.
I mean, it kind of feel more like the lines of it should have died in the womb. So
yes. Oh God. We're going back to that.
You can never forget that. You can never ever forget that. You should have died in the womb.
Okay. Or when Paige said to Charlotte, your brother didn't have enough fight left in him, did he? Like, fucking hell.
But see, the difference between what Paige said and what Nikki said was acting.
Yes.
Acting made everything better. So for him to go off and say, for Paige to say that cut deep. Yes, it did. For if Nikki would have said it with some type of acting skill.
Yes, because there was the same tone she was talking.
Yeah, you should have died in the womb.
I know, like it didn't help, but Paige literally changing her tone.
Yeah, like that. Only thing that made me do was he said that was laugh. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but what Carmella said to Ellsworth?
Yeah, it was like Nick. She was first time I could legit see she was serious for the very first time. It was like a very serious Carmella, and it got fucking confusing later in the show, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it did. Well,
now I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I legit don't know anymore.
Well, I feel like I know what's about to happen, but go ahead and let's continue till we get to this point because I think I know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, I'll let you explain it to me. But moving on. Before that, though, next week, as was pointing out the previous week, in Las Vegas, Natalya will defend her SmackDown Women's title against Naomi since she is pulling out her rematch clause. So, any thoughts? Who do you think is going to win that one?
Sure, none of that was going to happen, really. Their next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, they still have a whole month.
Right? Yeah, they have a whole month. So I feel like, okay, so for what I have planned, for what I have an idea about, they're going to make her do it. Well, this is keep going. I have an idea.
Okay. But speaking of that, something more. I really do want your thoughts on this because I was like, my opinion on this segment. I was actually this was the only thing on Twitter I did not really bring up because I wanted to see your thoughts on it too. Dolph Ziggler's re-debut. What were your thoughts on this?
That I'm never going to get those 5 minutes back. Ever. Okay. There has been this long-standing rumor that Dolph Ziggler is on the way out.
Yes. His contract.
His contract is up. Yeah, his contract is up.
In October.
That he's not going to come back. He's not resigning. And that's a rumor. That's what happens. That's what happens. Now, as far as what he was doing last night, pretty much it was just the fact of saying, y'all people don't want me Y'all want Naomi, who comes out here dressing up and dancing. No, y'all actually want John Cena. This person. And my stream was messing up. But who did he else come? Who was that classic guy? He came out.
Macho Man.
He came out as Macho Man. Oh yeah, you like the nostalgia stuff. Y'all don't want me and everything. And while I do understand why he did that and everything, it got old real quick.
Yes.
Okay, because not only did you say that the first time, you technically proved it. Like when he first came back into the TV screen, the same as that thing he did last Tuesday was the same as that thing he said. So you
exactly. He already said.
Yeah, especially the Naomi thing of you want people dancing and wear robes that glows in the dark and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you actually did that. Cool. You know, it would have been a lot better if you actually wrestled a fucking match.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's the point he's trying to get across. When he did wrestle, then now this is where my opinion comes in. I feel like this was somewhat brilliant. The delivery of this whole thing was, yes, to a point kind of bad because I don't think the fans I don't think the fans kind of understood what Dolph Ziggler was trying to accomplish here. What he was trying to make a point of is that, yes, despite what made people think, Dolph Ziggler, he is arguably one of the best wrestlers that WWE currently has. But the issue with that's literally all he is known for. He has nothing. I think the point Dolph Ziggler is trying to point out is that this is all he has. Him being a good wrestler. Whether you have people like John Cena, Naomi, Finn Balor, Macho Man, Randy Savage. I'm not saying none of them are good wrestlers, but they have something that will engage you guys. But in Dolph's case, that's literally all he has. And for you not to appreciate that, it's like, well, screw. That's why he said, "Screw you guys."
But in my opinion, he didn't have.
Yeah, the delivery of this wasn't really. No, I mean, wait. Go ahead.
My opinion, everything that he was doing with all this was just a waste of time.
Yeah, it was because I don't think the crowd understood.
Yeah, no, it's not necessarily they didn't understand. It's just the fact of they don't care about this. They want to see you wrestle. If the rumor is that you're on your way out, at least wrestle your way out.
Oh no, I think he's gonna have a match. I personally think it's gonna be against Bobby Roode. Like it's gonna be a short.
And then that would be good. But my thing is this: don't whine and bitch your way out. Okay, because then you're acting like what's his face?
Yeah,
Del Rio.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Del Rio.
Okay, not you're whining and bitching. I mean, and not saying that yet. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it because yes, he does deserve everything that he can get, but don't whine about it. Don't have your character whine about it. Go in and wrestle until it's time to go. Go out have some good matches at least. So then when you do leave, if you do eventually leave, they can say, man, that man did have some good matches or something like that. But the fact that if you're going to go out and say, hey, remember when Dolph Ziggler came out like Naomi?
Yeah.
So that's something that excuse me for a second. I feel like he shouldn't have agreed to do. And B, I feel like some of the people in the scripts need to rethink that shit because that was stupid.
I feel like this is one of those instances, and again, I feel like the same thing with the whole Alexa Bliss. Remember the whole Alexa Bliss, "This Is Your Life" thing? It looked good on paper.
Yeah, it looked good. This whole idea. looked good on paper. It really did.
I feel like this actually was pretty much like I can see it on paper. Dolph Ziggler is coming out making fun of the people that you guys love, despite the fact that the only thing that they're supposed to be doing is wrestling. He is 10 times better than that, than all of them, but you respect them more. I feel like this was written out perfectly on paper. The execution was fucking horrible. No, I mean, it wasn't necessarily horrible. I did enjoy him making fun of John Cena. I thought that was fucking hilarious the way he was
No,
running.
I didn't. I thought that was just because it would have made sense if John. It would have made more sense if John Cena was there, but John Cena.
Yeah, I know, but he's on a different brand. But yeah, I mean, I personally found that part later. But yeah, but I think on paper this made sense. It just didn't look right when you actually do it. But hey, it's whatever. But I mean, I'll talk about more Dolph Ziggler probably next week because again, we don't know what is the result of this? Where is this going?
Where is this going? That's when you do something like this. The question always remains: where is this going?
Mm-hmm.
It's anything like Balor and Bray Wyatt. You think that they
I know it.
match and stuff.
I know where that's going. Balor versus Demon. I know it. I already said that, Brian.
Before you said that, damn it, don't want to be reminded about that. But what I'm pretty much, no, I'm talking about I'm not talking about in the long run, like something in the future. I'm talking about this feud. Where is Balor and because people after a while. I mean, I understand most of the time they do the matches in threes, but after a while, it's like, okay, so what's next? But when it comes to most storylines, they sort of ask the question, okay, so what's next? When you start off with this, people are already asking, so what's next?
What's next? What is the direction he's going with this? What is the direction that he's trying to take us with Dolph Ziggler? For us to understand why is he ain't like if these are the questions when we ask ourselves these questions we don't have a definitive answer to, it's like something that's not right.
And then that's when people stop caring.
Exactly, because they made something they didn't care because they didn't put any context to what Dolph. I mean, I think I understood. Maybe I could be 100% wrong, but I think I understood where Dolph was trying to go with this. Again, just pretty much saying, you guys praise the people on a thing that I can do better than them 10 times better than them, and you like them more than me. I think that's what he was trying to go with this.
I mean,
I guess, but yeah. Moving on to Aiden English versus Sami Zayn. Nothing really too special here. I mean, Aiden English won. It was kind of awkward.
I actually laughed because at the end.
Yeah, as I said, it was kind of awkward.
Although I will say this. Remember when we both said, and it's a shame that it has to happen on Sami Zayn's part, but remember when we said, that pretty much Aiden English was kind of DOA?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, to be fair, his partner abruptly left the company, so there's that.
Well, no, not abruptly. He got fired, but But I'm not saying like that. I'm talking about with Aiden English's solo career. It's like we had both of us has pretty much said that it's not really going to go anywhere. Pretty much to the fact that he doesn't have a tag partner, and the fact that he was losing these matches, and then for like a stretch of 3 weeks he wasn't even on TV. So we both pretty much put him as like he's DOA, they're on Arrival. That's a gimmick that's now gone. Now he's winning
matches. Some of a credible wrestler.
Yeah, I won't say he's top mid Carter, but he's a recognizable mid Carter between Zayn. I would say Mojo Rawley, but he's tagging. He's back in the tag scene now. But still,
people like Dillinger.
Yeah, Dillinger
probably fall in this category.
Luke, in the mid card sense, right now, especially to the fact of like, for instance, if the United States title, Open Challenge title, was to go up, I wouldn't be surprised to see someone I ate English come up one of these times.
Exactly. Yeah, so I do get your point there, but yeah, other than that, this match was really nothing to write home about. So I'll move on to Shane McMahon. When he came back outside of ring, Dale Bryan called him out. He was saying how we're in some deep shit here now with Kevin Owens, and Shane McMahon said, "I apologize. I'll try to talk to Owens." Darren Bryan said it was too late because basically you're suspended indefinitely. So Kevin Owens got what he wanted. Shane McMahon's out of power, and I think
and you know what, Sue? Something I realized.
What?
I think, I really think that saying the term "you're suspended" doesn't have the same oomph as "you're fired."
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Because suspended means, yeah, he's going to be away for a while, but at least you know he will come back. Fired, he ain't coming. Well, in our sense, he ain't coming back no time soon.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like when he put this on a wrestler, like when you do the whole thing of by the order of the chairman and the CEO and blah blah blah, you're fired. That has a big impact on the audience because it's like, oh my god, he's fired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the hell is going to happen? Okay, now it's saying, but now he's saying on behalf of the CEO and the chairman of WWE, you're suspended.
And it's like we don't know for how long he's suspended for.
True, but it's the fact that he's still coming back. When you're fired at WWE, it's like
more likely you're not coming back.
It's either A, you're not coming back, or B, you're coming back but not for a couple of years. You know, that kind of thing.
Is that no? You're absolutely right. Chris Jericho is one of those examples. He got fired by Eric Bischoff. He didn't come back for almost 3 years.
Exactly. You know, to a point where they've forgotten about you. Why would I want to follow that? But okay. But somebody just tagged me in Twitter and it was like, hey, look who's on Twitter, and it's Pennywise. Like,
interesting.
Why would I want to follow that? anyway, yeah, so it's pretty much like, okay, he's suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, that's my point. They never specifically said how long the suspension was. That's the issue. So it's like, yeah, how long? Obviously, it's going to be. It's going to, especially the ending of SmackDown is going to apply. It won't be lasting as long as you think it will be. But yeah, there's that.
And now also mentioning about what's going to happen next week.
Exactly, which we'll definitely get into. Moving on, though, Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. AJ Styles was on commentary. He was explaining the fact that Baron Corbin is pretty much a snake. He cheats his way to victory. He's a perfect example. He low-blowed Ty Dillinger, and AJ Styles even called him out on the bush. He's like, you see, you're a coward.
Mm-hmm.
Basically called him a coward. Can't win on his own. He obviously beat Ty Dillinger. Backstage, Ty Dillinger was a little upset about it. AJ Styles personally came up to him. He said, I like your, like, I do like your strength, or some shit like that. And he said, I'm gonna give you a shot at the United States Open Challenge, and only to you, and we'll see May the better man win it. And they accepted. So next week it will be Ty Dillinger versus AJ Styles for the United States title. Who do you think's gonna win and why?
AJ, and I feel like Rich Combs are going to interfere.
Corbin.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I said, as much as I love Ty Dillinger, obviously AJ Styles is gonna win the title. I mean, retain the title. Now here we get to the weird part again. Backstage, JML was trying to apologize to Carmella, saying I'll do anything to pretty much have your friendship back. Carmella said, first off, we're gonna do things my way now. Then she kisses him on the lips, and then she slaps him. Explain that to me, Ron.
Apparently, Carmella has fallen for him. after all these times, that usually happens in WWE script. But that's not what I'm worried about. Here's what's going to happen. And I feel like and the reason why I say we're going to do things my way is because he was trusted pretty much with the title. Man, not the title, with the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's pretty much, or maybe the decision of when we're going to do this or anything. As you saw, one, he made a mistake and kind of hinted, hey, maybe she might do it tonight. And it's like,
why did you say that?
Yeah, why did you why did you say that? What the fuck? And then then the accident happened when he accidentally dropped the briefcase in the middle of the match, and it's just like, no, wait, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're supposed to be holding on to this, and you dropped the fucking you dropped the fucking thing. So yeah, I think next week is going to be the week
that she cashes it in Sin City.
Yes.
I mean,
it's Sin City. Might as well take a gamble.
Yeah. Hey, it makes perfect sense. She hit the lottery.
Yes, I think next week is the week that is the time for her to do this. But she says she's going to do things my way. I feel like that this is the opportunity that she's going to have, that she's going to cash it in her way.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So I won't be surprised if she has an idea on how she's going to cash this in. Maybe not without his help in the first place, because he did say, "I'm going to do things my way." Because the last couple of times, she did get the briefcase because of his help. She almost lost the briefcase because of him. So maybe this time it's going to be, this is my way. I'm going to do this my way. Meaning, if I win this belt, it's going to be because I did it, not because you helped.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's what's going to happen. But I think
she has to improve.
I think next week, I could be wrong, but I would at least say I'm about 75% sure that next week she's cashing in.
I would agree. I feel like what's going to happen is Naomi might actually win, which will lead to Carmella cashing in, which means it'll be a triple threat. That's how it sell.
True. I mean, that could be it too, but it doesn't matter how it's going to happen. I just think that next week, Carmella's going to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, and then she's going to win the belt. What goes on from there, we'll see, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, anything happens. What happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas. I don't know where I was going with that, but
no. I was actually going to say something else to complete that, but I'm being good today.
Up next is our main event, which is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton. Like as you alluded to before, two completely different styles going at it. Maybe more of a slow, methodical pace. Shinsuke Nakamura is pretty much fuck you and want to kick you in the face type of style. So they mismatched. I mean, if I had to compare the two, I feel like the John Cena Shinsuke Nakamura match was obviously better. I feel like there was more like interaction with the crowd and whatnot. And when those two fought compared to this one, not saying the crowd didn't care. It's just obviously we know who's the bigger star here between Randy Orton and John Cena. So obviously, the crowd was more into Randy Orton than if John Cena was here. I know, yeah, the crowd was more into Randy Orton than if John Cena was here. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm not saying that right. Did I say that right?
Say it again. I was typing something.
I said the crowd. Oh, I said in reverse. I said I feel like the crowd would have been more into John Cena if Cena was here, but we got Randy Orton instead. So it's like we got the side.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I meant. So it's like, yeah, we got that. Randy Orton. I love. Didn't you love that reversal RKO to the armbar?
Yes,
that was perfect.
That
was perfect.
That was real perfect. Not as good, but I like that. But I also like the other reversal he did.
To what?
He did it was RKO, and then he did like a knee to the back of the head.
Oh yeah. He did like a he did like a single backstabber.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, a single leg backstabber. And yeah, with that he did with the King Sasha and Shinsuke Nakamura again the number one contender for the WWE title. He get another opportunity at Hell in a Cell to face the Maharaja. But it's still unconfirmed whether or not the match itself is actually taking place in the cell. I personally think it should, solely because, again, you can write off the fact that now there is no fucking way the Singh brothers can interfere.
personally, I think that it will be because we don't. I feel like that there's going to be either 2 or 3 matches in Hell in a Cell.
It's definitely going to be. I feel like it's going to be 3. I'm calling it. It's going to be Nakamura versus Jinder, Shane versus Owens, obviously, and the New Day versus the Usos. Because I feel like what's going to happen is the Usos are going to drop the titles to the New Day again on SmackDown. The New Day, I mean, the Usos will be able to pick the stipulation again because they probably gonna get screwed by one of the members outside. I know Xavier was injured, but yeah,
Injured, but he might still have some sort of.
He could
He might still have some sort like he won't be in this match, but he will be in this match.
Exactly. Which I feel like with that they're gonna say we have to have a way where the third member can't interfere. That's where Hell in a Cell is gonna come in.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are gonna be the 3 matches. But in terms of the ending, the very ending of the match, I mean of the show itself, Daniel Bryan was walking, Kevin Owens, they were saying, hey, so tomorrow, I mean next Tuesday, a bunch of stuff changed. He was like, well, you can speak of that with my boss because Vince McMahon will be coming next week to address the whole situation.
I actually like how he pointed out when he was like, I'm going to make SmackDown my personal playground. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You know, there's something I can do about it. Well, no, I don't have nothing to do about it, but my boss does.
Exactly.
You know, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. And that was SmackDown. So let's move on to 205 Live real quick. I can tell I'm getting tired. So
I didn't know it was 11. Jesus Christ!
I know. We're just gonna instead of nothing really. TJP versus Davari. Nothing. I mean, nothing really happened. It was the ending that pretty much solidified what's gonna happen next week. Because again, TJP was faking the fact that he was injured. Rich Swann, again, by looking at him, proved that he's not injured. So next week we're finally gonna get the rubber match. Third match they've been trying that Rich Swann been lobbying for this whole time, but TJP kept avoiding because he thinks that he might lose. So it's gonna be Rich Swann versus TJP. There's that. Oh, the best part of the show, Drew Gulak. Holy shit, he had a PowerPoint presentation, man.
Okay, so this is what he was talking about because because apparently something happened and Drew Gulak on Twitter was like, because of this happening, I am not going to show the rest of this on the internet.
And it's like even Microsoft tweeted at him. Microsoft, it was so good. The price was 200. Dude, it was 275 slides. He had 275 slides on the reason why ways to make 205 Live better. The first one was no jumping off the top rope. The second one was no jumping off the middle rope. So what the hell was the other 275? Fucking Gulak. Yeah, that was amazing.
He said he's not going to show it. So
it should be happening every week, at least 5 slides every week. That would be something else. I would definitely invest money into that happening. That would be amazing. But yeah, that's what happened there. Kira Tozawa came out and interrupt, and there was that. Moving on to the main event itself, Fatal 5-Way. I'll sum it up to pretty much sum up the Fatal 5-Way. Cedric Alexander was literally the babyface of this whole match. He eliminated Brian Kendrick, Nice, and Grand Metalik. What he probably forgot, and I would have forgot too, Enzo still existed. Enzo came out of nowhere, pulled on the tights, and Enzo is now the number one contender for the cruiserweight title against Never, where he literally did nothing. Cedric Alexander, and I will even admit, despite the fact Cedric Alexander eliminated Grand Metalik, I should tell him to go fuck himself. But he eliminated Kendrick. He eliminated Metalik. He eliminated Nice. And fucking Enzo literally stole the victory. Right? His face said it all. Cedric Alexander's face said it all. It's like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck? So it's like,
I saw the thing. This is a fact of like, really, this is how we.
Again, I'm not gonna lie. You were 100% right. Cedric Alexander should have become number one contender, and that, judging by that crowd reaction, I 100% agree.
No one
cares. They felt like he got screwed.
No one legit cares about Enzo anymore. I really don't. I mean, I understand. Yes, the kids love him, you know, and the kids and adult men who don't have lives.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, we'll see.
But
it's gonna. The match itself is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting, and it's like
Enzo versus Neville, two completely different people fighting for the cruiserweight title. It's like
I feel like that Neville is going to lose, and it's going to be a shame because Neville is going to lose to someone who is nowhere near the level that Neville is.
The Neville level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Neville level. I forgot he does do that, but it's just like you put the reason why you put Enzo in 205 Live is because you got people to watch 205 Live now, but also because you didn't want to fire the man.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how this goes. I wonder how my whole big thing, how Cedric gonna react to this, saying, "Yo, he fucked me over."
Maybe something might happen for where it could be a three-way. For all we know.
Yeah.
Then we'll find out the true champion.
Yeah, and then now we move on from that to NXT. We'll finish it off. Andrade Cien Mas versus Cesar Bononi. Basically, Cesar Bononi was the guy who basically was the last person Andrade lost to before Zelina Vega came to his side, became his manager. So he got his one back for that one. Lars Sullivan defeated Jake James, Alfred Watkins, and Ricky Martinez in a 3-1 handicap match. His song is kind of weird. It's kind of creepy. Girls screaming in the back when they're making a drink. It's something else. Lars Sullivan, his entrance is kind of creepy. Sonya Deville defeated Zeta. Zeta is part of the Young Classic. Catcher's Own defeated Hideo Itami. Now, this match was no disqualification. After Hideo Itami used the steps to his advantage, this one was hard hitting and everything. At the end, Catcher's Own defeated Hideo with the rolling elbow drop, and ever since then, I've been working.
Is there?
Yeah. So, Ono defeated Hideo after hard fought victory. I was just thinking about something.
Oh, okay. It went quiet for a second. I'm just like, I'm also reading some stuff too, like trying to see if there was anything updated I can bring out, but nah.
Oh yeah. That was the end of it. Yeah, I was just legit thinking about what I was legit thinking about saying. I think I was about to doze off, but yeah, I am kind of tired now.
Oh, trust me, I'm getting there too. But we're almost done.
Yeah. Last thing, which we'll briefly touch on. I know we talked about it length last week, and that was exactly when it happened, but yes, we could talk about it now since it's official. Asuka relinquished the NXT Women's Championship. She is no longer champion at rank 520 days. It ends. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So, pretty much this is exactly why I said before that the collarbone injury that happened was an unfortunate thing, but I feel like that wasn't the reason why she dropped the belt, and I was completely right about that because they didn't mention it at all about her collarbone injury.
They pretend like she didn't have an injury.
Say again?
They pretend like she didn't have an injury, right?
Yeah. The whole thing the whole thing that they did was pretty much the fact of them saying
You beat Ember Moon.
you beat
Congratulations.
everybody. There's no
There is.
one left. I joked around about it, but that's pretty much what they did. It's just,
Mhm.
it's like they wouldn't have me, and it was like, well,
Mhm.
we gotta
And
get
I
rid of
mean,
her,
but
man.
you're right. She defeated. She went through the whole roster. There
But
was literally nobody. At this point, the only way it would have been the only people she didn't beat is people like Candice Michelle. And like those people started coming back and shit. It's sure.
it's like I said, everyone had me in the back, and like Regal and Triple H, and everybody's like,
There's nobody else.
there's no one else, man. We gotta
I mean, besides Broad, I mean, like the one at top. It's like,
like what do we do here? Like, oh, how about we give her a nice ceremony, as a way of, hey, quick, let's call SmackDown and Raw. See, have those two fight over her, and then let's just say that she just got called up, and we take the belt from her, because the fact that she got called up, because she can't
exactly.
take it with her, because there's really no one left.
She should have. She should have did like fucking Sasha and Paige. Fuck it. I'm taking Belt with me while I'm up there, even Kevin Owens.
Yeah, right, but
But yeah, it's like there's nobody else. It couldn't be helped. Now the real question is the roster. I personally feel like she's going to Raw just because I feel like they
I
had
don't know. For some reason, I feel like SmackDown, because the one person that she hasn't fought, and I feel like that
it should happen.
it should happen, her against Charlotte.
Yeah, but it also could be vice versa. Her versus Sasha Banks never happened. So
Yeah, but the reason why I don't want Sasha Banks to happen is because Sasha Banks already doesn't have a hairline.
oh wow.
So
Wow.
if he gets kicked one good time, I mean, she already gave Emma a concussion to a point where she can't remember.
I know.
Actually, going back to Emma, I joked around, pretty much said the only reason why Emma thinks she started the Divas Revolution or the Women's Revolution is because she still got that concussion that Asuka gave her.
Made her
I could.
think that, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's just well. First of all, congrats to Asuka. She deserves it. Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't think this reign will be duplicated again.
No, it would never will be, unless Asuka 2 doesn't.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. It's been a rumor that's what's going to happen in the finals of the Mae Young Classic, which Kairi Sane is a part of. She will face this other girl. She's like former MMA. I don't know her fucking name by heart.
That's
And
the one that is actually part of the four horsewomen
horsewomen
of
of UFC.
UFC,
Yes, yes.
because apparently they're going to be
They're doing
um
possibly doing a few between the four horsewomen's.
yeah, that might be a scene
Yeah.
around WrestleMania.
Fine, whatever, I guess. But regardless, yeah. Just we will see. Asuka is an interesting scenario. You'll definitely see. But with that being said, that's the end of NXT, and that's the end of this week's episode. Sorry, guys, for being a little long. Hey,
When
when
we
we talk
talk
about
sometimes,
wrestling,
we do literally get into it.
we sometimes sound like Booker T, where we just speak incoherently.
Like, I just have because I have a speech impediment.
Nah, man, you're fine. So yeah, man, any final thoughts, guy? And that if you guys can't tell, like I feel like I'm fading away.
I have nothing to say because he needs to go to bed. So
Yes. So with that being said, guys, I'm let me tell you, the only reason why I'm like this is because I was supposed to get off of work at 2. Was to get off of work at 2, take a 4-hour nap, and I'll be good. I had to get off work at 4 because people don't know how to do their fucking job at my job. So they were there with my nap. They were there with my nap. So I didn't have. So that's the only reason why. Had I not, if I had my nap, this would be an issue.
So you pretty much. I'm sorry, I just read something. We just want to after this shut down for the night. That's pretty much my
Yeah, I
move.
think Yeah,
That's
I
pretty much
think
what I'm going to do. Like I'm probably going to get something to drink right now while I go downstairs, and then right. Wow, they actually did that.
what?
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, all right. This is not wrestling, but this is sports ranking. Well, sports slash music, because me listen to heavy metal. The Atlanta Braves apologized for playing the Scorpions "Rock You Like a Hurricane" during the Miami Marlins game.
What is that?
You know the Scorpions. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane.
Okay. Well, give me. I'm half asleep, so I don't think I heard what you said at first.
Okay, but all right. So they played that song during the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins game.
Hurricane. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Bad
no.
timing.
Savages. They're a bunch of savages.
All right. Well, yeah. Other than that,
I mean, I don't think it
I have nothing else. You need to go to bed. So I'm pretty
All
much
right, guys. Otherwise, guys, this is Creator and Ron signing off. Catch you guys later.
yeah.
See ya.